What is going on, everybody? How are we doing on this fine Thursday evening? My name is Eric, and welcome to Q2C VR Gamer Live. We're a weekly VR talk show that airs live every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, where we go live to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, Kick. Anywhere else? I can't think of LinkedIn. We could be live in LinkedIn as well, but who the hell cares? Nobody's in LinkedIn anyway. But if you cannot catch us live, you can always catch us afterwards on your favorite podcast platform. But before we go any further, let me say hello to my partner from the great Canadian Northwest. For his New Year's resolution, he's working on growing his hair, thinning his waistline, and emptying his bank account on new VR hardware. Todd Jackson, what is going on, dude? How you doing?
Hi diddly ho diddly. I'm doing fantastic, and most of that's accurate.
What do you mean most of it? I'm pretty sure all of it's accurate.
If I could grow hair, I'd grow hair.
You kind of have some hair.
But back hair doesn't count, according to my daughter.
Back hair most definitely does not count. I am sorry, but yeah, man, what's going on? How you doing? Is good after New Year's kind of week? Like it's always a weird week for me because I don't know what it is with Christmas and New Year's when it falls like on a Monday or something or a weekday. It screws me all up for the week. Like I literally thought today was like Wednesday.
Yeah, it's been crazy, and up here we get a lot of time off around Christmas, so it's been really nice to not have to work too much. But then when you get back into the grind, especially with my job, it just becomes extremely busy for the first few days. So it was a little chaotic for the first couple days.
We get the same amount of time off as you guys do. Like we get so freaking robbed, man. Like it's unfair. It's completely unfair. Canadians are way too coddled.
I am not.
Yeah, no. Let's get into this. Let's get into this. No. Canadian people are just a coddled people in general. D is out. She's like, I'm closing it down.
Nope, you're not putting me in the middle of this.
Nope.
But yeah, I mean, you seriously though, we get kind of jobbed here. Like the American businesses should shut down, just like Canada.
I don't know why you don't.
Down until shut down from Christmas until like the January 3rd or something.
I was talking to Katya, and in Russia, they're given them 10 days off at Christmas by the government. Like it's just mandatory.
Damn, man.
Works. Mandatory time
Russia
off?
works all the time. Man. It's unfair.
Right? And it's Russia. Like,
yeah.
I think the United States would be a little bit more on top of things.
It's bullshit.
But they're not.
Horseshit.
Man, I want more time off.
I know, it's
more
fantastic.
time off to play more VR.
The best part is like a lot of these like most businesses up here, except for like services, so like grocery stores, and even some of them are closed. Like salons and spas, those things are open. But
yeah,
businesses are closed, and it doesn't come out of your vacation time. The business is just closed, so you get all this time off at Christmas. Yeah,
so it's like extra time.
Yeah,
you guys are so coddled. But I'm jealous. I am jealous, and it was. We did have a little bit of time off. D, did you get some time off? Did you play some VR or play some flat gaming? What'd you do?
Oh, of course I played some flat games, but yeah, no, I did play some VR. But the VR I played, we'll be talking about later. So
yeah, we're going to talk about a lot of VR later. We're going to talk about a lot of interesting types of virtual reality that we're getting into, that a lot of people are getting into this week, and a lot of people aren't. Like a lot of people just don't have the availability to do some of these cool things that we're going to talk about. And I want to talk about that a little bit and about what this means for PC VR, what the UEVR mod means for PC VR, and where that can go from here. But we'll get into that later. Let's do what we always do. Let's say hello to our amazing chat. Let's go right up to the top and say hello to Mindjive, who said first again, and that must mean he was first at some other point in time. But VR Spry Guy is here, Mr. Tasselhoff is here, Gabriel 004, the license to meow Game Cat, Chris 9989, PDX VR, Q Curator is here. What is going on, dude? How are you doing? Thank you as always for your service and taking care of our amazing timestamps. Ryan B is here. Jeff Rayner stopped in early, says CES, here we come. Who is here is going, and we will be talking. We have a CES segment that we'll be hitting on. We're going to talk a bit about CES and what we might have upcoming at CES. And actually, Todd, what I was going to ask you to do earlier? I completely forgot. While I'm doing this, can you take a look and give me grab the CES vendor list? I'd love to go over who we might see on there. And that was one of the things I meant to remind you earlier, and I completely forgot. Because I was coughing and almost died. We have Chrome Colossus is here. Kensai VR Gaming is here, and we will see him at CES. Jenna Sequa is here. What's up, Jenna? I miss you, girl. Where you been? John Lukens is here. Says, give me Visor. Give me Visor. Got a nice little message from our friend Renji Bitjoy this morning, Todd, and some exciting things going down with Visor. And Dan Kim is here. Ender's VR Arcade, Obscure Nerd. Andy, how you doing, dude? How's everything going? Traveling Man 3775. You rock, dude. No Spam in the Kitchen. Nick Thompson is here. Mickey Burr, Todd VCR, Q2C VR Gaming. Is he frozen or is he just really intense in what he's doing? He's so intense. Look at him. Look at him. He's a Canadian. He just I can't even break his concentration. He's so
Damn. You complimented him too much. That's how nice Canadians are.
Wow, he hasn't moved in a while. But yeah, so he went to look at something and completely crashed. But you know what's nice is when he does that and we're in Restream, we're still live, which I love. Bye, Todd. Mickey Burr, I think I said, is here. Destiny 11 here is here. Ivan is here. It says hoping 4080 Super is affordable for UEVR. I agree. Ender's, I already said Ender's VR Arcade. Mepper is here. Traveling Man, I already said. Techno Glitch, VR Spry Guy is here. Chatty. Let's see, who else do we have? Rattlehead 9026. Getting Things Done says, let's go. What's up, dude? How are you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Creeper Betty is here. What's up, Betty? How are you? Betty, what was my score? Betty, if you're still here, what was my score in Mother Gunship 4? Did you go look it up? Agent Orange is here. Ollie VR Port, Hussein X, Michelle Dillon. What is up, Michelle? How are you doing? We will be seeing some Michelle Dillon in person in 3 days, 3 or 4 days, something like that.
3 days.
Fourth Wall Breaker is here. Let's see. Virtual Steve, how you doing, man? Brandon VR. To EV Man versus Gas. PDX VR, I think I already said, but I'll say it again because it's awesome. And he's awesome. Chit Chat is here. What's up? Bran, I think I already said yes. Let's see. Bacardi B, J Devil. And I think that is it. Mine is currently at 131, so you better watch your back. But where am I now, Betty? Go look right now in the headset. You want to see that number. And I'm not done. My run is suspended in Mother Gunship Forge. D. I have a run going in Mother Gunship Forge, a solo run.
Mm-hmm.
I suspended it at 100.
You can do that.
Yes, you can. Actually. I got 2 things suspended. I have a multiplayer with Betty suspended at almost 200,
which is holding us hostage from playing.
And
so
her too.
Betty
I didn't realize,
and you guys.
I didn't realize it's on her end too because she was in my instance. I invited her into my game, but if she's in there, she can't do it either. So she can't even do it on her end. She can't invite somebody on her end either. So we're both stuck. But now I'm stuck in this solo mode because I am at level 180, Betty.
Whoa.
180, and I don't think I'm ending anytime soon. When you get up that high,
He's
the rounds
just level.
the rounds get so long in between. They last forever at 180, and the weapon I have is
You're cheating.
Great. No, Todd, you want to know what the world record is?
No.
1,200 something.
I'm
not getting the record. I just want to get in the top 50, man.
Are you
1,200 levels?
I don't know, because when I saw it originally, I'm like, that dude must be cheating. There's no way you're getting that high. But literally, I'm telling you right now where I am and the weapon I am, and I'm at 180, and I am just melting dudes with the weapon I have. I don't know if I can be.
Wow.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
This thing might go for
1,200.
I'll record it. No, look at go. You can go in the headset and look at the leaderboard.
I think you need to start over and then stream all 180 levels. So
okay. Let me get on that right now. I'll be right back.
You know what? That's not a bad idea, Todd. I'm going to take that for myself since Smash don't want it.
Yeah. No, you should definitely do it. The problem is it just takes a long time. The 180.
But you can stream, and then every night she just continues to.
That's
stream.
what you have to do is continue because it's 3 separate sessions, man. You can't play that long, because it's it's a bullet hell, right? So just the amount of shit that's on the screen at one time, and the guns going off, and everything's super colorful in that game, and you play and do that same thing for 2 hours or even 3 hours straight. And as you get to the later levels, 2 or 3 hours straight, it's only a couple of levels because it takes that long in between levels. The levels are forever. So it takes forever to get through them, man. So I would watch you do it, D. But man, if you could do it, that would be kick ass.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna.
That'd be cool. That'd be a good stream.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm down. Michelle B has stopped in. Paul Fennessy is here. Escape Portal and Mepper, I think I said. And if I didn't catch you guys, I apologize. We do have a Facebook user, which I can't tell who that is, but But yeah. But thank you guys for being here. We really appreciate it. Betty says
That's
I'm at
Mr.
133 right now. Broke my record at 129.
That's Mr. David Crowell.
What's up, David? How are you doing? Thanks for stopping over.
Cool.
We were going to have Mateo come in tonight, guys. Mateo has asked to kind of come in maybe a little bit more often than he had. I know he was, he hasn't been here around for a while, but he does like coming on. And so we'll see some more of Mateo in 2024. Not every week, of
Sure.
course, but every once in a while, Mateo's going to stop in. He was going to stop in tonight. He messaged us earlier and asked if we had room for him, which we of course always do. But he was not feeling good right before the show. Like we were going to bring him in about 9:30 or 9:40, and he's like, I got a coughing fit. He's kind of sick, so he can't make it this week. But maybe we get him not next week because we're not going to be here next week. Maybe we get him the week after or something like that. Miss
For sure.
Mateo. I miss seeing him in here. It'd be cool.
And then you can yell at him for that camera that keeps moving around on your screen.
Oh my God, the Osby. I love the camera, but God damn, I got to turn the thing. Oh, look at it. It did it just now.
Yeah.
Because I just said his name. It just started blinking. Now it's probably going to move. No? Okay, no, we're good. But yeah, that thing's a pain in the ass. I got to put it on so it doesn't follow me anymore. But yeah, guys, we have a great show tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. We are going to talk. We have some interesting things to talk about. We are going to talk about CES. We are going to talk about a new project that I am just about to jump into. That I've kind of hinted that I've kind of been into this kick lately. And we're going to talk about this new project that I just kicked off, and I'm really excited about it. We're going to talk about Game of the Year awards on XR Update. We're going to talk about we'll go through that list of Game of the Year awards and have everybody click over to XR Update so we can take a look at that. And then Todd and D, we're going to talk about the PrayDogs Unreal Engine VR mod.
Yeah, buddy.
Man, if you haven't heard about this, then what the hell are you doing?
You're living under a fucking rock.
But we are going to talk about the good side of it, the great side of it. But we want to talk about the other side of it, which is the amount of people that aren't able to get in and do it. Even if you do have a PC, there are some people that still can't do it. And we want to talk about that side of it too, because not everybody is available to do it. And there are a lot of people out there asking, should they do it? And should they be saving up for a PC? And should they be saving up for a better GPU? And we're going to talk about those things. I want to hit on those. And then I do want to go through a few of the games too that are available. There's thousands, by the way, but I want to hit on a few that are huge games that you might not know about, and we'll kind of go through that list. But yeah, that's and then we're going to hit on Todd. We have a new Snapdragon. We have a new Qualcomm Snapdragon that's going into one of your favorite headsets.
Yeah,
your favorite soon-to-be headset, and that is going to be the immersed visor. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. But let's just jump into this first. I want to talk about this, Todd. If you can show me this website. So everybody has known I've been talking about the arcade cabinets, and that I've fallen in love with retro arcade cabinets and doing retro arcade gaming. And Todd's even gotten into it, has bought his own first cabinet. I have 8 cabinets now. Kind of gave you guys a tour of the game room a little while back. But I've kind of decided to step things up, and I've been doing a lot of research. Excuse me. And I've been looking around the companies, and I wanted to see how I could merge having an amazing arcade cabinet and doing something in virtual reality in some way as well. And I found a company that I thought was really interesting, and I wanted to do a built from the ground up cabinet, because having all these arcade cabinets is fantastic, but I want one cabinet to do everything. Like I want the ultimate cabinet. And I found Phantom Arcades. They happen to be right here in Florida. I had no idea. They're only about an hour away from me. But they make built from the ground up, built to order arcade cabinets, and they put absolutely everything they have in them. And I kind of started talking to them, and I'm like, I would love to feature you guys and figure out how we can build an arcade together, and I want to show it. And then we started talking about virtual reality, and we kind of went back and forth. And I was trying to figure out how I could get a VR headset to work in these cabinets. And basically these cabinets, Todd, they're running on PCs. Like his normal cabinet runs a 3070 with a Ryzen 5900 or something like that.
Yeah, like these aren't like arcade one-up Raspberry Pi machines. These are full-fledged PCs running MAME emulators, and these are higher end, much higher end than an arcade one-up box.
Yeah, I mean, this is the ultimate gaming setup, and that's what we want to make it with him. Like he's all about, I want to make an ultimate gaming setup. But he didn't have the ultimate gaming setup. And what's kind of what I brought up to him. I'm like, you have everything here, but you don't have virtual reality.
You're missing something.
You're missing something big, and especially now because of the Unreal Engine VR mod by PrayDog. And what happens, Todd, is this machine will run Steam, of course, because it's running on a PC. So basically, you can run Steam on this. So why not have it set up to where you can hook a headset up to this, either wired or wireless,
Oh.
and run a VR headset. So I am about to embark on a process with him, and I'm going to make it into a video series, and I may even have him here on the show one night. We are going to go through this process, and from all the way from the consultation to building it to building my graphics. I get to build my graphics of choice.
Really?
Yeah, so we're trying to figure out, like, I was thinking about doing a Q2C one. Then I thought maybe I want a Captain America one. Maybe I want a Marvel one. Maybe I want an Avengers one. Maybe I want, something
Maybe you want
completely
all of it.
Maybe I want Star Wars. I thought about that too. So, he builds every graphics to order. So there is no like build me, make one of these like, the stock one you just pick. You tell his graphic artist what you want, and they make what you want, and then they put it on there. So we're gonna go through the whole process of picking the type of emulators that are in it, picking what types of games are in it, picking the base. I will tell you guys now, if you're looking at this website, it's Phantom Arcades. His name is Dennis, amazing dude. And the cabinet that we're going to build together, Todd, is the boss. Are you showing that one now? The final boss.
This is what I'm showing you.
Yeah. So we're going to build the final boss. What I love about the final boss, I'm a big light gun shooter. In the arcades, I love the light gun games. Like Time Crisis is one of my favorite games, and the final boss comes with the light guns, has the recoil light guns, has the IR sensors built into the screen, has the foot pedal now, which doesn't even show. He said that it comes with a foot pedal now.
Joystick.
That's what I was just gonna say. Is that a
Freaking
frickin'
flight stick? So
Flight stick built in. Yeah.
You want to do Tron, or if you want to do any kind of flying games,
and the ball for golf, and
yep, it's got the trackball in it.
bowling?
Yeah, bowl, absolutely bowl. Basically, it's a 4-player deck, so you can put 4 players on it. And then again, I can play Steam on this thing. So number one, you can play all games all the way up to PS4. So you'll be able to play PS4 games all the way up to this. It'll have every retro arcade game, and then it'll even have retro console games. So everything that you can think of, Game Boy. I mean, it's going to have 50-some thousand games on it, probably somewhere around there. But everything you can think of will be playable. Cool. And I'll be able to play them in VR. Like I'll be able to have a VR headset right here on the cabinet. I'll put it on, and I'll basically boot the cabinet up, and it will pull on exactly right, whatever I'm going into, and I could be playing and use the Unreal Injector mod. And guys, I want to finish talking about this, but the ways that you can launch the Unreal Injector mod, you don't need to be wired, by the way. I played wirelessly beautifully.
No, I did it all wirelessly. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, that's a new venture I do want to tell you guys about. It's go check out Phantom Arcades. The guy's super cool. Has a ton of different arcades available. He's got some different lines. He's going to be doing some different cabinets. So like he's going to be upgrading the website a little bit. So going to be changing some things. We're going to have a code that will give you a little bit of discount. So if you're looking to buy one, don't buy one now. Wait. Don't buy one now. Wait. Because we'll have a Q2C code, coming up shortly. But yeah, I'm going to go to his place, Todd. I'm going to do some recording. I recorded our consultation tonight, so I'll have that already. I already have that recorded. So you kind of go through the process of me sitting down with him and figuring out what we want. Like, what do I want? What do I want in a cabinet? How would I build it? And these are higher end cabinets, but I mean, he does some that are more affordable too. So there's a huge range of cabinets that you can build from scratch, basically. So I thought it'd be a cool process.
The UEVR mod has got you interested and looking for a PC to play Steam VR games. Maybe hold off and wait until we get you some more information on this, because this could,
absolutely, you could
all your eggs in one basket and do all kinds of things, not just the VR stuff. But
yeah, think about that's a great point, Todd. I didn't even think about that. Think about what you would pay normally for a PC. Like I think their lowest price of one of their sets right now is like $3,000 or something like that. $2,000, whatever. It's like 20. Maybe it might be like $2,400, something like that. But if you're going to go buy a PC anyway, you're thinking about upgrading to a PC.
At $2,100 is their lowest one.
You could do that's with a 3070 and a Ryzen 5900. So you could go in there and you could get that PC that you're looking for, and then you would be you could use the Unreal Injector mod. You can play Steam right on there. It comes with the smallest monitor, is a 32-inch monitor.
Yep.
That's pretty
crazy.
nice. And so you could basically just game right in front of this thing, man. And like, to me, this thing it's going to end up being a piece of artwork for me. Like, I already have my game room downstairs, but I'm already like, I want this thing upstairs, man. Like, I want this thing behind me.
Right. It's going to be on that floor for sure.
Yeah.
You need to find out how he ships to Canada.
We may have to bring it to you. We may have to drive it.
And that'll be
Road
part
trip.
of the video we do is a road trip to bring me one.
How cool would that be? That would be amazing. That would be cool. A freaking road trip up to Canada carrying Todd in a U-Haul truck with Todd's.
To bring me an arcade machine. I'm in. Don't tell my wife.
Hey, what's going on? We have a GC13, a Diet Pepsi Game Cat spotting with a $50 super chat. Awesome. What's up, Tiff? How are you doing? Gamer Chick, happy New Year. Merry Christmas. I wish we had seen you before. I apologize. We missed saying that, but we'll say it pro or post Christmas and post New Year. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas. Thanks for stopping in. We appreciate it. And thank you so much for that super chat. You're amazing, as always. But yeah, this is pretty cool, man. This is I've been trying to figure out, Todd, how I'm going to like wrap this into VR in some way. Like I always try and do this, right? Like anything I do, I'm like, and so I started the consultation with the guy tonight. I've been talking to him about doing this process and filming and getting this done and figuring out how we can work together and collaborate and do this. And then tonight we finally had our first face-to-face meeting. We're literally like hours before the show, and one of the things that I said was I would love to figure out how to work VR into this, and the guy's eyes lit up. He's like, "What? VR?"
Yeah, well, this is a whole untapped market. Like this is,
yeah,
like I say, this could be targeted towards gamers that are looking for a VR machine, and now all of a sudden, poof, they've got also an arcade machine. Like this is, I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't tell you some of the best parts too. So on that final boss machine, Todd was showing you the images. The marquee on the top is a screen. It's not just a light up marquee. It's actually a screen.
Oh, cool.
And when you change the game, the marquee changes.
That's cool.
To whatever the fucking game is, man.
That's pretty sick.
And the update, it doesn't show in that picture, but it's updated now. So the kick plate, which is the front piece on the bottom where the coin door normally goes, is now a screen that changes the graphic to the game of the graphic, whatever you're playing to.
Oh, that's cool.
So it actually has 3 screens built into the thing. It's got the main screen. It's got a screen up on top that shows where the marquee is, and then it's got a new screen where the kick plate will be. So that thing is going to be badass. And the all of the on the deck where the controls are, all the buttons and the controls are all RGB lit.
Yeah, I see that.
All RGB lit, and they're lit per game. And
but the final, I don't know if that's the case on every one of them.
It's not.
Final boss
for the final boss.
Cream of the crop.
Yeah, this is just for the final
quite
boss.
Expensive.
But it was when I was talking to him about it, I'm like a little kid, like oh, what? Like so he was talking about it. He's like on a 4-player deck, like that. Think about the game, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game. And he said every controller is a turtle, right? And every turtle had their own color. So he went in and he programmed it so the RGB lighting for whatever turtle you choose changes the color of the control pad that you're on. Cool. And he does that for any game where you have that. So he's programmed in like any multiplayer game, if you're using a 4-player deck, that each one has its own RGB color that'll change. So crazy, man, the level of detail that guys go. So super interesting. So it's going to take some time. It'll probably be like a 10 to 12 week process starting probably after CES, but take a look for some, keep an eye out for on the channel for some, some videos. I know it's not, 100% VR related, but it's definitely VR related. This is going to be a VR machine, and I'm going to run it, and I'm going to show myself running it in VR, and we're going to get Todd one of these too. Kick ass.
Yeah, this will be fucking awesome.
Hell yeah! All right, let's move on to real VR, guys. And I want to talk about CES. So we are headed to the Consumer Electronics Show next week, Todd. This is your second year at CES. Yeah. So second year for you at CES. My third or fourth. I think it's
third for you. I think. Yeah, you did one without me.
Yeah, I think I did. Did I do 2? No, I did 1, yeah. Did
No,
1
just
without you.
one.
So, yeah, this is my 3rd CES. Um, and, what's nice and special about this one is we're gonna have every member of Impact Reality there, which is really cool. Our entire team, which has never all met together in one spot,
Mhm.
get a chance to be all together, and, we're gonna see some amazing stuff there, Todd. What are you thinking about CES this year? Like, are you, like, as excited for CES as you've been in the past?
I think so. Last year's was a little bit different. Last year's, of course, was PSVR 2.
You're right.
We had some, backstage passes, if you will, so we got to try it super early before everybody else at the show. So, the hype was enormous.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there
The
was
hype
no
level may
hands-on
not
until
be
that
that
point.
big this time around. Like, there's no HTC XR Elite that's debuting. There's no PSVR 2 that's debuting.
Mhm.
All that kind of stuff was there last year, so that was, obviously something to be extremely excited about at the time. But I'm still excited. Like CES, it's not just about VR stuff. The computer components, the just day-to-day electronics, there's so many things there and so many people. Everybody from our industry shows up, whether they're developers or hardware or content creators. It's just like a giant party. It's so much fun.
Yeah, it is, and it is one of the biggest things is, it's a huge technology show. It's one of the largest in the world, for just pure technology, but it has a huge showing of virtual reality and all walks of virtual reality. So, not just games
Mhm.
and headsets, but haptic devices and training devices and medical devices and, augmented reality and, screens and, pretty much everything that you could see and be part of in our industry will be kinda shown there, and then again, all the other technology. I mean, we're into all kinds. It's everybody's into tech, right? I mean, we're into, monitors and, like, keyboards and mouses and, audio equipment and streaming equipment and, God,
Graphics cards.
vacuums. Who doesn't love a vacuum?
Yeah,
We
like
go see the newest.
last year we were there and we walked down a hall and it had everything from like a Roomba robot vacuum for your apartment, tiny
Mhm.
ones, and it just kept getting bigger and bigger as we walked down the aisle, and then eventually got into swimming pool versions, like pool vacuums. I didn't even know that was a thing.
You didn't know
Like,
pool
you
vacuums were a
name it,
thing?
they're yeah.
Oh,
No,
it's huge
we don't
here.
have pools up here. It's too fucking
Sh
cold.
Shit, nobody wants to vacuum their own pool. They put an automatic
I didn't know
vacuum.
you had to vacuum a pool.
It sounds like pools. What? We don't go in the water. Oh, too funny.
But then there's like augmented reality glasses and uh, for whether it's for enterprise or for consumer stuff, there's VR headsets that I'm sure we're going to see. I know there's a whole bunch of VR accessory companies that are going to be there, and there's tons of stuff that comes over from Asia that we've never heard of. I tried a whole bunch of cool chairs and locomotion things last year. There was so much. The Tokyo Game Show has an immersive demo. I hope they're
Mm,
there again this year because I don't think any of you guys tried that last year. It was so cool. I'm
yeah.
looking forward to it. And we're a little bit less scheduled than we were last year, which I think is gonna be good, so that we can explore a little more and just see everything that there needs to be seen, so I'm
Yeah, I
excited.
mean, I'm just taking a look at the list. I mean, AMD is gonna be there. Kia will be
Crazy.
there, showing off whatever they're showing. Hisense, will be there, which Hisense is huge in the technology industry with all different types of things. Who else we got that jumps out to you?
B Haptics is gonna be there. They're on the list. Let's see.
3M will be there,
Thousands of companies,
and they
right? Like,
always have AR stuff and VR stuff. Um, and, who else? Let's see. Ace Computers will be there. Oh my god, there is so
it's
many,
just
Todd.
thousands. I'm just gonna link the list where people can look, like, it's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Isn't
Ultra.
isn't whatchamacallit, the graphics I can't think of the graphic card
NVIDIA?
yeah.
They may be. I don't see that. I haven't gotten them on
There
the
was
list yet,
some
but
kind of a announcement.
Qualcomm will be there. We know that because they're going to do a big
Yeah.
announcement. They've already done an announcement, but they have stuff to show there. They'll be doing one of the press conferences there that we'll probably go and see, and we will
They
go to
weren't
the.
supposed to announce until from
I
they announced 4 days early,
I
from what I
know
heard.
that was crazy, huh?
A little surprising, yeah. But of course, Intel will be there, and they're also partnering with our friends at Visor.
Yep. Visor will not be on hand for this. I was a little
No.
disappointed. I was hoping
Yeah,
that Renji would be there so we could
yeah.
maybe get a little hands on with the Visor, but not yet. Maybe we might see them maybe at GDC or AWE. But yeah, I mean, there's a huge list. It's too long to even go through. But I know Ultraleap will
MSI,
be there.
Logitech, all those big companies will be there, and LG, of course. They always announce their new refrigerators and stuff like that at these shows, and
Yep. But I
yeah,
mean,
it's crazy.
there's DPVR will be there for
Mhm.
VR stuff. DPVR, Todd said, be haptics. We
Pimax, of
will.
course, will be there with a booth.
Yep, we'll see Pimax. HTC will be there. Vario will be there.
Mhm.
Yeah, hopefully maybe showing off their new headset, possibly, or at least showing some details of it. Who else do we have?
Samsung will be there, Razer will be there.
Yep.
Hopefully they've got some more VR accessories, who knows, with Razer.
Yep. Let's see who else. X-Real will be there, showing off
Shiftall will be
there.
there, of course. They do the weird mouth thing for VR, and they do some, motion tracking stuff.
Yeah, and they
They have
still
a new
have
headset
the
too.
Mengain X too, yeah, which is the
Yep.
headset.
Mhm.
And then we'll have a whole bunch of other haptics. So Haptex will be there, and all the haptics companies will be there. And there'll be a ton of companies that we don't even see here that will be doing a whole bunch of new stuff. Um, Arlen Carter says it would be interesting if CES evolved into what E3 used to be back in the early 2000s. Yeah, I mean E3 super bums me out. Like I've been very lucky that I have been to pretty much every major show except for the Tokyo Game Show. Um, and doing Gamescom, being able to do Gamescom twice now has been an absolute like amazing, life changing thing for me just because it's amazing. And then doing CES and doing several of the other things I've been able to do in AWE, but E3 is one there's 2 things I missed out on. I got a chance to do MetaConnect this year, but it's not an Oculus. It's not
No.
OC. It's not the Oculus Connect, okay? I missed out on being able to do an OC event. I would
And
have
we
been
just weren't
loved to.
around. We weren't doing this back then, so
Yeah, or we just weren't ready to
mhm,
venture out into it yet. So, like, OC6 was the last one. I would have loved to
mhm.
go into any of the OC events, the old Oculus events, and then I miss E3. Like, literally, I never had a chance to go to an E3.
Now
So it
they're
was
done,
some.
right? They
Yeah,
they
they're gone.
canceled the last ones? Yeah,
Yeah, they're gone.
they're gone.
Yeah, all the major gaming, platforms started getting doing their own and getting away from it. It's expensive, and they wanted to do their own things and announce their own things, and it just became, non-doable as a gaming showcase anymore, and Gamescom has kinda taken over that as the world gaming showcase, but America doesn't, North America doesn't have one. And it's unfortunate that E3 has gone now because I think it was something special, that is just no longer there, and it's something I'm very sad that I missed, and I wish I was able 'cause I would have went this year. I would have went the last 3 years is, with me being able to go to a lot of these events, and probably you too, Todd. I mean, I probably was on your radar too, but I definitely would have went.
Mhm. Oh, for
Whether there
sure.
was VR there or not, I would have went. I mean, there probably would have been. But, we do have all the PAX. We have PAX East, PAX West, and AWE, and, GDC is great, but it's just not the same. It's not a gaming event. You know what I mean?
Right.
Those are developer centered or, total, like, they're just different. There's nothing on the level of E3 anymore. So that's a bummer. But CES is great, and again, we get a chance to spend some time with a lot of the industry professionals, as well as see all this amazing stuff in Vegas, no less. And then
Right.
Todd, we get to do probably one of those most amazing things that I've ever been able to do, and is the CES after party that started as a between realities party. It was just Alex and Skiva getting a few people together. It started literally with just a few people. I went to the first one 3 years ago, and it was just like it was maybe 20 of us, 25. Content creators, people that were in the industry stopped by, had a few drinks at a local arcade, and then last year, Between Realities, Q2C, and Impact, and along with Upload VR, put on a bigger party, Todd, and that one was something special. And let's let's reminisce and take a look
Let's
back.
let's take a look at the CES aftermath. Or no, after
Aftermath.
party.
It was kind of an aftermath. Very cool, man. That always makes me smile every time I watch that video. It was amazing. It was an awesome time with a lot of awesome industry VR people, which is amazing. And Brand VR said, if you're not a VR content creator, you're not welcome at this party. And that is absolutely not
That
true.
is not
100%
true.
not true. If you are in the VR community in any way, you are 100% invited. If you find yourself in Las Vegas on Thursday of next week and you are part of any of our fantastic, amazing communities, reach out to me and I will make sure that you get in to that event because I want you there. If you
Absolutely.
have anything to do with virtual reality, we want you there. Doesn't matter if you're a VR content creator or just a person who absolutely loves VR, you will absolutely be invited. And we do have some people coming. D, you were going to make it next year. You are there 100% sure. But we do have some exciting people from the community coming. Mickey Bear is coming. Kensai VR Gaming is coming. We have some other people coming. Q Creator was going to try and make it. He can't make it now. But we do have some amazing. I think Ryan Brannon is also coming.
He is coming, yep.
Is coming as well. So, but yeah, it's going to be pretty amazing. Palmer Lucky showed up, right? He did. If you were very close and you looked in that video, you did see a shot of Palmer Lucky. He was one of the first people at the party.
He was. It was like before, like the first 20 people or something. He was there.
Yeah, Skiba and I were like busy trying to get some things together and get ready. We had like banners and posters we had to get like bring to the party. And Jasmine went to the event early to set up, and she messaged us while we were on our way, and she's like, "You guys need to get here now.
You guys need to
Palmer
hurry
Lucky is here right now." You know, he flew in straight from Japan for the party. He had just gotten off the plane, and he had heard that this was the biggest event in Vegas for virtual reality, and he got there and came. So. Todd, we're looking at probably over 300 people this year to the event. It's going to be at the same venue, which is awesome. It's a beautiful arcade bar called Player One. And what's amazing about this place is we have it all to ourselves this year. So Impact Reality has kind of fully taken over this party now. It is an Impact Reality party, but it's going to be run and put on by our friends at Combat Waffle and the amazing Scott Albright. So this year, the Impact Reality Party is an Impact Reality / Combat Waffle and Ghost of Tabor party. And we're going to be co-sponsoring the event with them, and we're so happy to do it. It's going to be an amazing night. We do have the entire place rented, which was not the case in the past. We've never been able to get them to close it down. But we do have it closed down now. This party will be closed down. It will be all our party. And, we're so honored and happy to be able to put it on for all the people in the industry. Last year, the director of the Lawnmower Man was there, Brett Leonard. We have heard back from a few other people. I don't really want to say exactly, but the who's who in the VR world, we mentioned Palmer Lucky. We probably have a good chance of maybe seeing him again this year.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Just industry leaders, Alvin Wang Grayling, the president of HTC China, was there last year. He'll be there this year. Pretty much we'll have representation from every major headset company, Meta, Pimax, HTC, Vario.
Pico was there last year.
UEVR. Pico will hopefully Pico will be there. Pico loves us now. What are you talking about?
I know, right?
Pico's like, I saw your last episode. They'd be like, yeah, you know what? We agree. ByteDance should never bought us.
Yeah, right. Yeah, a lot of the conversations that happen at these parties stay at these parties.
100%. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And please, hit me up if you're going to be in the area and you're going. Even if you're not going to CES, if you're just in the area and you want to go and you're part of our amazing communities and it is invite only. But if you'd like to try and get in, just hit myself up or Todd or Skiva or any of the others out there, and we'll absolutely make sure you get in there. We will see Creeper Betty again this year. Creeper Betty's making an appearance. She'll be stopping in. She was there at the party last year. Amazing. There's just a whole bunch of cool people. Who we won't see this year, which you saw in that picture, was Tyler and Sean from Rendered Reality. We had a blast with those guys last year. We've known them for a long time, but we've never had an opportunity to meet them in person. And last year at CES, they did go to CES and they were able to make it, which was really cool. It was great to see them there, and they had such a good time at that party. Both of them were the last ones to leave with us. Yeah. We closed the bar, all of us together. It was really great. We will see this year is Sebastian Ong and a few of the people from the MRTV team. will be at the party this year, and they weren't there last year. But Sebastian will be making it to CES, and you saw some amazing creators in there. Thrill Seeker was there, and Genghis VR was there, and Fia was there. Yep. Jay Bratt.
Cass and Sherry, weren't they there? Yeah, they
yeah,
were there.
yeah, they were. Yep.
Tribes, of course.
Yeah. That just so you know, guys. I would like to say it again. The Grey Wolves. Hit the button, Todd. The Grey Wolves. Orland Hooper's Jack, yo.
Oh, wrong button.
That is not. That is definitely not Orland Hooper. But the Grey Wolves shot that video. They were there that night. Of course, that was their first time at CES. They did all those amazing shots. Like this was on the fly too, guys. This was in a bar. Some of those shots, they asked the bartenders if they could get behind the bar to do some of those shots, and it was just amazing getting all that camera angle. And they did such a great job of the editing. So Tribe and Jordy, they will be doing the video again this year. So yeah, it was amazing. Arlen Cunder says, I mentioned Fia's Twitch stream yesterday that I would be cool if Via 360 cameras go remote. I'm not sure what that means, but
and for CES 2025, I already have 2 roomies. It's gonna be me and Creeper Betty and GC13.
I love it. That's amazing. Did you guys just get this straightened out just now?
In the chat. Yep.
Nice. Why didn't you guys do that for this year?
It's too soon. I don't know.
Well, now you can plan it. Now
now it's gonna fucking happen. I don't care what I do. Broken
Michelle
shoulder.
B's back in chat, and she just said the Bluebell kicked her ass in golf.
Ouch. That hurts. Go play some Racket Club. Yeah. I was playing Low Racket Club earlier today. I love that game. It's become my new walkabout mini golf game. If I want to go in and kind of hang out with people and just do something fun, and even if I want to work out a little bit, Todd, that's the freaking thing is the workout.
Yeah, totally.
But
yeah, thanks for playing that video. Go ahead, D.
No, I was gonna say a little game that I played that we have talked about quite a few times.
Mother Gunship Forge?
No.
Okay.
I can't remember the name of it. The Darkest Hour, the cookie thing.
The Cookie Night. Did you play Cookie Night?
Yes, because I got a 30% off from
No way.
and I bought it. And
is it amazing?
It is the freaking cutest thing. You've got, spoiler alert, you're a gingerbread man. And your hands are gingerbread pieces.
Oh,
dude.
no.
It's fucking great.
What?
It's cute. It is very
better not
cute.
be like a tentacular.
Is it good though, D?
I haven't gotten too far into it, but it is absolutely adorable. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I might have to try.
But he says buying it. Hold on, don't buy it. Is it good? Should somebody go buy it, D?
It'll be right up Betty's alley regardless.
You know what? Play it for an hour and then return it if you don't like it.
It's like Garden of the
right?
Sea, but you're a gingerbread man.
This far in, would you recommend it?
Well, I mean, I was only in there for like a half hour before, before I started, with the PC and everything. And that one of those games that we're going to be talking about.
Yeah, I think it's time. I don't think I can wait anymore to talk about UEVR. You see, I will say, Rayner's here too. I forgot about Rayner.
Of course.
Boob. Rayner, I don't know how. Jeff, can I ask you a question? How did you not get in any of those video shots of last year? Jeff Rayner was absolutely all over that party, buying drinks and just trying to get everybody crazy drunk. Rayner's incredible. Jeff is awesome, and I don't know how he didn't get in that video. And Jeff, if we do anything,
I didn't even notice he wasn't in that. Are you sure he's not in it?
We make sure he's not in that video. We make sure that me and you and Todd get a picture together for that video with Todd. Make sure he's wearing his pants this time, because last time it would get a little weird at the end.
We couldn't use the footage.
He's bragging with footage, by the way.
It's
more like inches than not footage. But yeah, that's cool. Jeff Rayner is awesome. Thanks for being in chat, and I can't wait to see you next week, man. It's gonna be fun. All right, guys, let's get into this, because I just can't wait anymore about talking about the Unreal VR mod. And this is how I want to go into this, because a lot of people have already talked about it and everybody kind of knows about it. Before we get into what it is, what it does, and all the games that you can play, because a lot of people have already talked about that. What I want to talk about is, number one, I want to talk about the people who can't play it, if it is a big deal for the people who can't play it, and should the people who can't play it be thinking about how do I get myself set up with a PC VR setup to where I can play it. So what I mean by that is, if you just got a PC, if you just got a Quest 2 or 3 for Christmas, or if you've had it for a while and you don't have a PC, but now this Unreal Engine VR mod from PrayDog completely changes what we know for VR flat gaming into VR. Kind of completely changes the landscape, and it brings about 11,000 plus games into VR now. So where people before might have been like, I just don't need any of that. I don't need PC VR. That's a limited library anyway. I don't need it. There's only a few VR games that are any good for VR. I don't need it. I'm fine with my standalone Quest and whatever my Quest can do, which is fine. And there are going to be a lot of people in that camp, guys, that just are like, look, I don't need it. I already have a million games. I'm probably not, even had a chance to play yet already standalone. And I can't afford, or I don't want to go out and buy a PC. And for those people, I would say, you're absolutely fine. There's so many things for you to play standalone. You probably don't have to worry about it. And I think, if you're like feeling left out, I just enjoy what you have. You have some of the most amazing games you could ever play right now on standalone, which was ones we've just talked about, which are like, Resident Evil. Well, you can play Resident Evil 4 standalone, but Arizona Sunshine 2, Asgard's Wrath, Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, some of the best games you can ever play, you can play standalone. You don't have to worry about it. But if you have an itch, you have that little bit of an itch of wanting to play some of the most amazing games that you've ever seen in full VR, then you need to either think about now, figure out how you upgrade your current potato, or going out and buying a PC if you don't have one. So Todd,
and there's ways that you can test this as well, right? Like,
yeah,
I wanted to make sure that this was brought up. Is you don't need to go spend thousands of dollars on a computer to try this and figure, oh my God, it's not for me. There's services out there that you can go and rent computers, like Shadow PC that's been around for years.
Or Pluto
For $50, you could rent a VR ready virtual machine, install the injector mod. It will work just fine. You can connect through virtual desktop, or I think it even works locally through your like through Steam Link if you have it running on your PC at home, like the connection through your PC at home. But you can have a potato and use this Shadow PC and play all these VR games to try it that aren't VR games. Like install Jedi Knight Fallen Order on the Shadow PC and play it in VR.
Yep.
And to me, that might be the avenue that you go if you're on the fence. Is this going to be something that I would even do? Spend $50 and try it for a month. Blow your mind, and then figure out, okay, now how do I get a computer because I really want this?
Yeah, it's to the point for me now. Again, if you're one of those people that are like, look, I just don't want to go and I don't need to, that's completely fine. You're going to be fine. There's lots for you to do, and there'll be lots of standalone stuff for you to do. But if you've had that thought and you're like, I just don't know if I should, this should be a game changer for you now. So like what happened, and basically, what this is for anybody who maybe doesn't know. So PrayDog, for free, by the way. This is all for free. PrayDog, and then Elliot Tate and Alex, and all of the amazing people over at Flat to VR, who put time in to help these things, put this mod together for free, by the way. And and there is a way that you can support him with Patreon, which everybody should, by the way. But there is a way to support. But all these people amazingly made this Unreal Injector mod to where pretty much any Unreal game up to a certain point, or
Unreal 4 and 5,
right?
Yep.
Nothing
can be injected. The game can be injected into VR. So you can take an Unreal 4 or 5 game, not everyone, but most of them, and a lot of them have already been tested, and we'll go over a list and show you a list here in a minute. But most of them can be injected, so you can actually play them with either a gamepad or with touch controllers in
your keyboard
virtual
and
reality.
mouse.
Or your keyboard and mouse if you want to be dumb and play with keyboard and mouse that you can't see.
Hey, stop.
The keyboard and mouse in a headset D is not smart. I'm just
That's
telling
how
you.
I've been playing Star Wars. I love it.
You're crazy. Why would you
I don't
not
like
do it?
gamepads.
Controller. Just play it with the controller, bro.
Dude, some
I don't like
people work
controllers.
better with a keyboard and mouse, so
Yeah.
I don't
knock
mind a
'em,
keyboard
dude.
mouse if I can see. If I can see, I'll
Yeah,
use a
but I can
keyboard and
type
mouse.
without looking, so I don't need to see
Right.
my keyboard. I know
No.
where all the keys are.
Exactly.
Just get it. I'm getting you a controller for Christmas. All right. So let's stay on point.
I just don't use it.
Use it. You got to use it. All right. Let's stay on point. So I think, you know, the Unreal Injector mod again injects the game into virtual reality. Now, it pretty much does it for you fairly easily. We're not going to go through step by step how to
There's
do it.
our video that went up yesterday with Eric and I, lightsaber battling on the thumbnail.
Which was awesome.
I show you exactly how easy it is, and it's like that's real time footage.
Yeah,
I didn't cut that up. That it takes that 20 seconds, and you turn it on, and you're in VR.
Yeah, and there's all kinds of different like things out there, videos out there. The Flat to VR modding group has put some amazing things together for if you want to figure out how to do it. It's very easy to do. You can go to GitHub and get the link to the mod. You just have to download the mod. You have to extract the files. You just have an extraction software and hit extract, put them somewhere in a folder. Very easy. And then you launch it with your game open in Steam. And you hit the inject button, and literally you're in VR. That's it. It's that simple.
Crazy.
Now there is some tweaking you got to do. So some games run better than others, and some games you can just launch them and they'll run perfectly. Some games you may have to just tinker with some of the settings a little bit to make it work the way you want. Some games you can play in first person, some you can play in third person, some you can play in both, some you can change the camera angle to whatever you want. So you have to kind of like play with it and get it to where you want to play with it and get it to work, but you can get it to work and it works pretty damn easily. And it has changed things, the landscape of things for me, like literally. And to be fair, I just want to, say that, we have had access to this. We've been very lucky to have access to this for a long time, but we've been under NDA. We haven't been able to talk about it. It's something that we've enjoyed for a long time. We've been, kind of like in and out of testing and helping things along. Elliot Tate is a partner with us at Impact Reality. So, we're deeply involved with the, Flat to VR community. So, we have been involved and it's been great. You know what I mean? We've been part of this. So I will say that up front. But right now, if you just got this the other day, you're blown away, Todd. D.
Yeah, there's some people in chat that say it's not good. I don't understand. Maybe I don't know. How can this not be good? Like for me to play a flat game and love it, Jedi Survivor, love it, great game. I'm a huge Star Wars junkie. But for me to then hit that stupid inject button, and now while I'm chasing my character through the game, I can just look around and I'm completely inside Star Wars land. Like, how can that not blow your mind? Regardless if it's not real VR, I'm not standing up and I'm not shooting things and I'm not waving my lightsabers around. I'm not doing that. I'm using a gamepad or I'm using a keyboard and a mouse. But the fact that I can just look around, like if you can do better than that on your 27-inch monitor at home, then you need to prove it to me because you're full of shit.
Yeah, oh yeah. Going in and being able to look around in VRD is
freaking amazing.
It's something special. It's like completely
yeah.
different. Like what have you? So D, just give us tell us a little bit
Returnal.
about what you. I know I was going to say it, but tell us a little bit about your experience. What? All right. First of all, tell us what you're running because I think that's important.
Yes. I got a 4080.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Hold on. I can't remember what my CPU is. 12.
You have an i9 1200.
12 something. Not
Okay.
i9. Well, I
i7
don't even know.
1200.
I got it from Roots.
Mhm.
So when he upgraded his, I got his old stuff, and I don't remember exactly what it was, but I'll
Okay.
find out.
So I think you have a good setup. You have a really good setup.
I do.
Okay.
I do. And
So
seriously, I'm a PC gamer. I play flat. I play VR. So me spending $1,200 on a freaking graphics card, it made absolute freaking sense for me. Because I play flat, I play VR, everything. So
Mhm.
it's not just for the injector, but that was definitely a good driving force to getting that new card. So
yeah. So what have you been playing? Like what?
Returnal. I've
Mhm.
played Tony Hawk
No,
Pro
that was
Skater
cool.
1 and 2.
Yeah.
It's seriously it's so easy to set up, like you said, but it looks like it was being made for VR playing that game. It is so freaking amazing. And I don't wanna jump into every single game that I could that I wanted to. I kinda wanna work my way through games and then move on. But, Hot Wheels Unleashed.
Hot Wheels is cool.
It's
Yeah, right?
freaking amazing, dude. Oh
Yeah.
my god. Yeah, good
So
stuff.
so I'll give you my setup. I'm running in an i9 1300 with a 3080 Ti. So I got a beefy PC. You know what I mean? So I do. And I did have some issues. You know, this is heavy duty, right? This isn't you're not running this off of like I don't know, maybe you could run it off of 2080, maybe 2080 Ti or
Maybe.
super. I don't know. You're not running this. You need a beefy PC to run this. And I see people in chat like, performance. Guys, this, it just launched. You got to give it time. And, we're going to, it'll get better as people start getting profiles for these games. It's going to get better and better and better. But you are going to need a beefy PC to run this. So that's what I'm running. I've been playing it on my Quest 3 wirelessly, by the way, with Steam Link. Okay. So I did play it wired, but I mainly played it non-wired. And I played 2 hours of the Callisto Protocol. And
Oh.
that game, D, is
I've
graphically beautiful, and it is
Oh,
a
yeah.
beast to run flat.
I gotta
Right.
try that one. I haven't tried that yet. I don't
I
I'm
have
not
I've
super
played
big
it
into
on PS5, but I'm gonna wait for a sale and freaking probably pick it up on
It's
PC.
so good.
But I'm scared enough of that game on a flat screen, but
Yeah,
being
right?
in it, I don't know, dude.
It's so good. Like, and there will be once we get going into this, there's gonna be upgrades where you're gonna be able to move your arms, and you're gonna be able to use the touch controllers, but literally, guys, for me,
And there's some games that are already like that.
yes,
I think
Right.
we're just
absolutely.
picking some new ones that
The
just
lo
don't have that at the
Right, the
moment.
longer the game has been worked on
Right.
with the injector mod and the more profiles have been set up for it, the more VR-ified it's gonna feel. Like, I see people saying in chat, all you can do is turn your head and that's all the VR you get. That's not the case, number 1. And it's gonna get better, number 2, as you get going. And there are some games that are way more, what we would consider VR feel. But literally, to be able to to be in the environment, like that opening scene in Jedi Fallen Order that we recorded, Todd, it's one of the most beautiful scenes flat, number 1, it's beautiful. But to be able to turn my head and look around at the entire environment is absolutely crazy. And to me, I would never play that game flat. And I've been there, like, I've tried it. I've had that game in my library forever.
Yeah.
And I've tried it flat, and it just didn't pull me in. I played 3 hours of it the other day when I didn't really have time to play 3 hours. I was only supposed to go in and do a little bit for recording. And I wanted to play it because it was amazing, and I had such a good time in there, and it couldn't pull me out. Like, I just like, if I had more and I played a couple hours of Callisto Protocol. I played Returnal. What else did I play? I
This
had
is
one other thing.
Jedi Knight what's
Or
it called?
Jedi Survivor?
Survivor,
Or,
yeah.
is it Survivor? Yeah, Jedi
Fallen
Survivor.
Order.
Survivor, yeah. And it was buttery smooth
Right?
for me. Mind
Is
you, I do
that
have a
Fallen
part
Order
of
is that one Fallen Order you're playing?
No, this is Survivor.
Okay, yeah.
I
Oh,
I
yeah, I see it with the upgrade. You have the different lightsaber.
Yeah. I do have a beefy machine, which probably helped, but I never had any lag issues. I never had like, it was freaking awesome to be able to swing the camera around this guy and look over cliffs and like, look at
Yeah.
these scenes when you come outside. It just blows my mind.
It's just different. It's different to be able to be in it than looking at it flat, like,
Yeah.
and I get, this isn't, built from the ground up VR and, maybe one day we'll be there at this point with this, but it's not there yet. But this is the closest goddamn thing you're gonna get to playing some of the most amazing AAA games in VR, um, for free, by the way. So
Right.
if like how anybody could be like, "Oh, this sucks, and I can't believe that they didn't do it better," or whatever. Like, guys, come on. I mean, this is amazing what they've done. What they have done again for free, that you can experience, and it's gonna get better and better and better. Again, the modding community is pretty amazing. A lot of these people work on this stuff all in their own free time, and this is going to change things. Like, literally, this is going to bring people back to PC VR that have kind of lost faith in PC VR, and that's a big deal. Like, That's a big deal for virtual reality. Like
Yeah.
again, I love standalone. It's one of my favorite things to do is just throw a headset on, not have to worry about anything, and just no PC, play it wherever I want and go. But to be able to play these games in PC with the PC quality, this is a no-brainer. Now, I love Vorpax. Luke Ross has done a good job. Some of the other modders have done a great job. Kabbalistic, with, Half-Life 2 in VR and, some of the Resident Evils in VR have been amazing, but this is not that.
No.
A lot of those experiences felt flat to me, like looking at a screen, and this is not that. This is being in it fully, um, and some of them with hand controls, Todd.
So apparently my stream there when that showed that footage, it was choppy. Was it choppy for you guys?
It was slow, yeah.
Yeah, I just think
Oh,
it's your
okay.
internet.
I
Your
did.
internet
It's
lag.
not uploaded to Restream, so I had to stream that from my machine while I'm doing all this other stuff.
Yeah.
So it trust me, it's perfully smooth.
Yeah,
I'm
go
reading
look at
some
our
comments
go
and they're like, "Oh, it looks like 1070 gameplay." I have a
Yeah.
4090 and it was perfect.
Yeah, no, that's him streaming. If you wanna see what it really
Yeah.
looks like, go take a look at our video, for Fallen Order that we had. It was amazing. Like,
Yeah,
I
and that's
was
all my
running
footage
so
off my
sm
machine as well, yeah.
I was running so and I'm only running a 3080, so I'm not even running a
Mhm.
40 series card. I'm running a 3080 Ti, and I ran super smooth. I never had any hiccups. I never had any crashes. Now, that's not the same case with everything. I had issues. I had issues getting in there. This is
Mhm.
modding of VR. It takes some there is some tweaks that you have to do. I had some issues getting it to load up. Because there's been different iterations, and I was playing on an older version that didn't have any issues. When I got to the newer version, the one that released, I haven't had some issues injecting, and because there was some problems, I had my Windows Defender wanted to block everything that I had to
Oh,
like
really?
unblock it. I had to do a couple of different things. I had to put some code in, but I figured it out. And guess what? There's an amazing community to help you, and that's what I did. I just reached out to the community and said, "This is what I'm issue. I'm having anybody have it," and they said, "Yes. Here's what you got to do to fix it," and I did it, and it was done. So there is some tweaking. So if you're not good at tweaking, or if you think you're like I
Yeah,
can't, you know,
this is the modding community. This isn't like you say, this isn't a supported VR checkbox that you in the game that you turn on VR mode. You're
right?
modding a game. So unfortunately, there's a little bit of work sometimes.
Yeah.
I think PrayDog actually sent me a config file so I could get Survivor to work because I couldn't get it to work.
Mhm.
He sent me his file. I loaded it into my thing, imported it into my injector. Took 2 seconds, and everything worked instantly.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
The
and I
community
had
is
some
awesome.
Returnal
I've been
problems.
linking their Discord into the chat a bunch of times so you guys can go and join their Discord. They've got an entire section just on games and the games that work and conversations about the games and what you need to do if it doesn't work for you. The minimum specs that you should have if you want to try to run the game. Like it's very well detailed out.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, I did have some problems, so this isn't perfect. This is again, it's modding, so I had some problems with Returnal. I had some problems launching. I think I had too many things running at one time or whatever, and I was trying to record, and I just had to shut everything down. I shut everything down. I relaunched, and because it kept crashing on me every time I tried to get in, I'd get a fatal error and it would crash. I just shut everything down. I restarted, and with a clean PC boot up, I had no issues. So, those are some of the things you're going to have to do. Now, I don't want that to deter any of you here because you're part of the community. So if you're like, oh, I don't know if I should go get a PC because I don't know if I can get help with modding. I don't know anybody from that community. Don't feel that way. You're part of our community. You're part of a lot of people's communities here. We will all help you. And I'm very, very much into this. D is very much into this. Roots and Wes, Todd, Elliot. There's a lot of people out there that will help you. So we are
Flat
here for
VRs
you.
in chat.
Yeah, what's going on? Flat to VR is here. What's going on, guys? How you doing? And they're here to help. They have an amazing community, so don't be afraid of it. There's little things that can be done. You can always DM me. I answer every DM. If you guys DM me with any question, I will make sure that I answer you. Ask anybody out there that has. I'll always answer you. Todd is the same way. Even D. So if you're like into this thing, you're like, I just don't know. I'm a little bit afraid. I'm not super up on my PC, or if I'm not, and maybe I need a hand holding walking through how to like unzip the files or whatever. Just reach out to us. We'll all be happy. I am so bullish on doing this and like pushing this forward and this being an amazing thing. I want everybody to have the best experience. I will do whatever I need to do to help you get into it. And if that means I need to go reach out to some members of the community to figure out if I don't know, I'll do that for you. So absolutely, I'll make myself available. And Todd, I'm sure will do the same. And D,
Absolutely.
I don't
Yeah.
want to speak for D, but I'm sure she would help.
I'll help as much as my as much as I can. Um,
even point people in the right direction, and
Right.
helping them out to
Yeah, for sure.
the right Discord channels and shit like that. Like, if you need help, we're here. So
I think Virtual
sure.
Strangers Discord actually has a UEVR
They do, and we should
channel.
probably get one going for our Discord too. That makes a whole bunch of sense. For people can ask questions and get people in there, and maybe we can even invite Flat to VR in there if he wants to come in. And I think he's already in the Discord, but if we want to make a UEVR channel so people can ask questions in there, I think that's a smart thing to do. And then people always have a place to go to ask questions. And then, guys, if there's a game that you're like, okay, I don't see this game listed or whatever, but it's on Unreal 4 or 5, okay, will it run? Those are the questions you can ask there or in the Flat to VR Discord. If you guys are not in the Flat to VR Discord and you're thinking about doing this, you need to go there. So, Elliot or Flat to VR, if you're out there, can you put the link to the Flat to VR Discord? Because I'd love everybody who's thinking about doing this.
I've linked it a bunch of times in the chat.
Oh, have you their Discord?
Yeah,
okay, thank you. Okay, so yeah, I mean, go join the Discord there because that's where a lot of the magic happens. I mean, PrayDog is in there, and Alex is in there, and and Elliot, and all the mods. They're an awesome community. They'll help you out and get you through this. Todd, I just want to go over some of the games, and please, D and Todd, interject here when I'm done and tell me games I've missed. But I just quickly went through a quick list. So Days Gone. The amazing game Days Gone. I've been waiting for this so long to play Days Gone in VR. This is one I have not put up yet, but I'm going to. Little Nightmares, Dead by Daylight, Hogwarts Legacy.
I just bought that.
I can't freaking wait, dude.
Yeah, that's my next one. I just bought that.
I tried it, and who did the mod? Was it Luke Ross who did the first mod?
The original one.
Which okay, it was good. It was good. It was okay. This is going to be like next level. Hogwarts Legacy is going to be crazy in this. Dead by Daylight, which you have to play it on a private server, but you can do it. Dead by Daylight. We talked about Hot Wheels Unleashed, Gotham Knights, Conan Exile, Tiny Tina's Wonderland, the Spyro trilogy, the new one you can do. Fortnite with a private server you can do.
Shut up.
That's what it is. It's on the list. It said Fortnite private
server.
Yeah,
because as long as you can do a private server,
yep,
we can all play Fortnite in VR.
Well, JS says Evil Dead. Evil Dead was on the list. Absolutely. Evil Dead. I didn't put it on my list, but I did see it on the list. And Evil West, you can do. Sword Art Online, Fatal Bullet, you can do. Gungrave Gore, which is a fairly new game, which I know got a little bit of heat, but I actually like it. I've been playing it on my Steam Deck. It's really good. I can't wait to freaking inject that game. Crash Bandicoot 4D, you can do.
I've never played Crash Bandicoot.
None
of them?
Not that I can remember.
I can't wait to play it on my new arcade cabinet.
Right.
In VR.
But something I forgot to mention earlier that I've played that is on that list. Pinball.
Yes.
It is.
So
yes. All the VR, all the FX ones?
I think it's Pinball FX, but it's not Pinball FX 3. And it's Pinball M. Pinball M is a new set. Dude, it's got a Chucky table. Like,
oh, really?
It is fucking amazing, dude.
So what I love Pinball FX VR. So Pinball FX did a VR version. Have you played that one?
No.
It's amazing. It's great. Like they have a Jaws. It's limited tables though. It's like E.T., Jaws, Back to the Future, and 4 or 5 other just regular themed ones. Yeah. And there's maybe a couple more I'm missing in there, but Pinball FX is a huge flat series, and they did a ton of downloadable content that is really cool series and IPs that are super cool. And I want to be able to play those in VR. I've always wanted to do that. I was always like, why didn't they do it? Because it's VR Pinball FX2, I think. So 3 they never did in VR, but 2 they did.
Right.
So yeah, that's a good one, D. I didn't even think about that one. I didn't see that on the list.
But yeah, Pinball M runs perfectly.
Oh, you played it?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
So they've got a Chucky table, they've got Duke Nukem, they've got The Thing, and Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, Dead by Daylight table. That's cool. Yep. Oh, the built for VR FX2 has a Walking Dead table too. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
It's a Walking Dead. The Telltale's Walking Dead. No, not the regular Walking Dead. But D, that's so cool. Send me links. I want to do that. All right, let me look. I said Evil West, Crash Bandicoot, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, Gears of War 5. I am doing Gears of War 5. I'm a huge Gears of War fan, and it's probably up in my top 5, maybe top 10 of favorite series of all time. I did not play Gears 5. I think I played the first 3 all multiple times. Maybe 3 or 4. I mean, I played the 4th, which is whatever one, the last one where Marcus Phoenix wasn't in, I didn't play that one. Is that 5 or 4? I don't know. Whatever. But I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna absolutely try it. Ace Combat 7 can completely be played in VR.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Oh no.
Borderlands 3, Ghostwire Tokyo, Atomic Heart, Dead Island 2 can be run in VR with this. Back 4 Blood can be running this. Holy shit, guys! I'm doing Back 4 Blood. Now it's got it because that's
Tech has done it.
It's tech. It's multiplayer. Do you have to run it in a private server? How does that work? Because that's a multiplayer. How does it run, Tech? Let me know what you say. Back 4 Blood, because we love Back 4 Blood. We have played how many nights of Back 4 Blood? Me and Tech and Roots and Tass and D. Did you get in the Back 4 Blood?
Maybe for like a little bit, but then of course other games came around and that got tossed aside. So
technically it says no, single player only. So for Back 4 Blood, that's still cool though. I would still play it single player because the game is awesome. And be able to play it, but it would be cool if we could. I'm sure at some point, they might work on it, see if they can get it, in multiplayer.
So I just tossed it in, sorry, I just tossed it in chat, the link for the Pinball M.
Cool. Good job, D.
Yeah.
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor both, and I can't recommend them more. Like if they're, I don't know what the price is for them right now, but go find it cheap. One of the good game key sites, one of the legit ones, like CD Keys or Green Man Gaming or Humble
That's
Bundle.
probably where I should have gone. I went to the Steam sale. Steam sale is really good right now. So
yeah, go. I can't recommend
they
them.
were good deals. I think I got 50% off Fallen Order and 38% or something off Jedi Survivor. So
I bought Fallen Order when it came out years ago and didn't play it because I've been waiting for this moment. And I bought Survivor when D bought Survivor. And
I played Survivor for 2.5 hours yesterday.
I can't even play Survivor yet because I want to play finish Fallen Order first. So I'm just like, holy crap. Substatic is in chat. What's up, dude? He says, Substatic, Dead Island 2 is listed as works okay, so it has some issues. And guys, that's the whole thing too. I've said this already, but I want to restate it again. This has just been put out to the public just a few days ago, right? So a lot of these things right now have just been worked on by a few people, and they're and as we go, more people will get profiles. They'll work on them. They'll make them better. And so every game will get better. So the experiences that you're gonna have are gonna get better and better and better. So you'll see them get better. So a game that maybe is just playing okay right now may play better.
I have a list here I can ramble off of games that work perfectly.
Yeah, let me finish this list, and then I want you definitely to do that. It Takes Two you can play in VR, and I am absolutely doing this.
I was going to mention that one.
Me and Roots played It Takes Two all the way through and right flat and laughed our asses off.
Yeah, I think we're gonna do that this weekend.
That would be. You gonna stream it?
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. That'll be fun. Where else was I? Layers of Fear, the 2023 version, can absolutely be played. Starship Troopers, which is a game that just came out, can be played. Callisto Protocol, I played it. It can be played. There's a little bit of issues, and you have to change a little bit of things, and the graphics you need a beefy PC to play this thing, but it can definitely be played, and it is awesome. You're talking about, oh, maybe it's not VRified, dude. This game is scary. It's scary and it's gory when you're in it, and it's happening like
See, I don't know if I can
right there. It's freaky. Hey, at one point, this guy smushes this guy's head through a grate, and I'm like, it's like right there.
Yeah.
I mean, that game is just sick. It's sick. Yeah. And Skiba is here. What's up, Skiba? How you doing, man? How's everything going? He says, "What up, y'all?" Let's see. Remnant 2 can be played. D. I don't know.
Yeah.
Did you try it? Because I had a tough time playing that on my PC flat.
What?
Did you hear it? Yeah, I kept crashing. Remember, I had to. That was with my old CPU, and I think I was having some CPU issues, and it was crashing on me when that game first launched. I couldn't even imagine trying to play that. Aliens: Dark Descent, Ghost Runner 2 and 1 and 2, Mech Warrior 5, Ghostbusters: Spirits Unleashed, an actual good Ghostbusters game, maybe, I don't know. RoboCop, System Shock, Sackboy, Returnal, Tekken 8, That's just a list. I just grabbed a few games just to break down, but those
Frickin'
are all can be played. There's thousands. Yeah, Returnal's crazy, right, D?
Dude.
Did you have any issues loading it like I did or anything?
No, not really. Because I think I had to, even with my 4080, like I think it was sorry, I'm freaking trying to explain this and I'm tripping over myself.
That's
Like
okay.
it was a little shaky, like it was like the frames were absolute shit when I
Mm-hmm.
first started. So even with that, I had with my PC and my build, I had to knock the graphics down a bit.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Playing it this way, if I was playing it flat, it was epic all day.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, you're playing in VR. It's a different
yeah,
story.
exactly.
It's a different story. And again, these
But
things will be optimized.
but my God, it
I
is
know.
so much better than Reshade, dude.
So Returnal is on the works perfectly list. So there you might
Yep.
want to jump into their Discord to see what settings and stuff they've used to make it work perfectly. But it is on the
Nice. Yeah, give
perfect.
us that list, Todd. So these are games that you're saying are, and you
Yeah, so
found
the
this
way
in the Discord, right?
Yeah, so the way that Flat to VR has their thing set up, Discord lets you do these forums now instead of just chat, sections of a Discord conversation. So inside the forum, it's now searchable, and you can cater each section to a conversation. We're using it inside Impact Labs now, and we're using it limitedly in Q2C's Discord as well now. But you'll
Mhm.
see a lot more of that. But you can click on a button that says works perfectly, and it sorts all the other ones out. So you only see the list of games that work great.
Right.
Really?
And you can look at ones that work okay and works that well and work poorly, and ones that don't work and ones that have anti-cheat issues. And the list is crazy. They've done
Nice.
such a good job organizing this. But some of the highlights, some of these games I've never heard of, but that doesn't mean they're not popular. Like High on Life, I don't know that game.
Oh, it's
Fortnite, of
great.
course, is on there. Satisfactory, which is a super cool game. I don't know if you're into those kind of games, but it is really cool. I didn't know you could play that in VR now. That's sick.
Not familiar.
Soul Calibur 6 is on the list.
Nice.
I
love Soul Calibur.
Spyro, of course, is on the list. That'll be cool. I got to try that one. Some of the other ones that people might know. Scum, which is like a zombie DayZ kind of game. Gravel, which is a off-road simulator kind of game. The list is enormous. Crash Bandicoot 4, Witchfire, Deep Rock Galactic, a Pinball of
Right.
FX is on that list.
That's so cool. It runs beautiful.
Stray, and I've seen a lot of streamers doing Stray.
Stray is fun, man. And I played it in Reshade, but this is going to be next level.
Yeah.
Here's a
Returnal,
question.
of course, is on the list. That's crazy.
Justin, Jane, you did not miss the Visor stuff. We haven't gotten yet. We're finishing up on the UEVR, and then we're going to get into Qualcomm and Visor.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2.
Dude, that's freaking amazing.
That would be cool.
It's so amazing.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z. Imagine all the anime junkies out there who love those Dragon Ball games can now play it in VR. Oh my God.
Dude, I'm really excited. I can't wait. I bought that Sackboy Adventure because I was a big fan of Little Big Planet.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought a copy for me, and then I ended up getting one for Roots too, so we can play it.
Oh yeah, that's
a
good
year
idea.
ago. But since this is part of the UEVR mod, he is like, we can't play it until that injector comes out. I'm like, but it's been like a fucking year.
Now you can. Now it's time.
Yes.
It's on the list. It's not on the perfectly list, but it definitely is on one of, like, the works well list or another list I saw.
Yeah. There's people in Discord that have said that, Sackboy works phenomenal. So
and Hogwarts and like Jedi Knight Fallen Order is on the works well list, and I thought it was perfect. So even the work well list, I think, is going to blow people's mind with RoboCop and Hogwarts Legacy and Baldur's Gate. I think was on here or something like that. And
if Fallen Order is on the works well list, I'm shocked because I've played, like I said, I played about 3 hours of it. And other than like maybe there's like some clipping issues every once in a while, especially when you go to a cutscene, like sometimes it'll throw you into like a weird spot, so where your viewing angle is weird. But other than that,
yeah, I've noticed that too. Yeah,
I had no issue. I mean, literally,
Yeah,
there's nothing I can complain about. It looks beautiful. It runs beautiful.
Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
Grounded. There's so many games, man. This is just crazy. Star Trek Resurgence. Lord of the Rings: Return of Moria. That'll be awesome.
Hey, Lisa.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Awesome Tatum says, Eric, you got to get first person going in Jedi Fallen Order. I do. I'm a
Yeah.
huge fan of third person. So I mean, there, and not everybody is. Like some people are like, for virtual reality, I want to be first person. That's where I feel most comfortable, and it's probably great. And I will do it in first person.
I
But
gotta try it.
I'm a huge fan of third person. Like I absolutely love playing games in person. I've always been a huge fan of games like Edge of Nowhere, which was which was an Oculus Rift game, where you controlled, that's a VR, that's a built from ground up VR game where you controlled a character in first and third person. I love them. Like I'm really, really okay with them. So I'm having so much fun playing it, in third person. But I will absolutely inject it in first person and get it going. Um,
And see, I've seen a bunch of people do that with Returnal, but I just don't see how you can play that game in frickin' first person.
Gotta try
yeah,
it.
yeah. I mean, I
Oh.
didn't think I would ever be able to do Risk of Rain. 2 in first person. And because that game is very similar, where it's kind of like a bullet hell, like, there's a lot of stuff going on around you.
Oh, yeah, there is.
And yeah, oh, it's crazy. But I played that game and I love it, man, in first person. But I'm very used to playing Returnal in third person. And with that roll feature, I kind of think I'd want to play it there, but I'm okay with trying. I'll try it in first person and I may love it. Um, but I'm very much into the third person. I have no problem with it at all.
FI Loads says Goat Simulator 3. It is on Epic and it is on the works perfectly list.
Goat
Oh, God.
Simulator 3.
Yeah.
Who doesn't? I wanna do RoboCop. I heard
Lies of
RoboCop's pretty
P,
good.
Lies of Pi or Lies of P.
Yeah,
Lies of
Lies of
P.
P. Yep.
That's on there as well. Yeah.
11,000 games, guys.
That's crazy.
11,000. Like, your world has just opened up. If you're sitting there with a PC right now that can run this, your world has opened up.
I just wish Call of Duty. I wish I could play Call of Duty. That'd be so
Do
cool.
you really? It's kinda garbage.
You watch your mouth.
All Todd's buddies are like, "I hate that guy." Oh, man. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty amazing. I'm glad that I wanted to cover it first for people for people who are like, I don't get it, like I don't understand, and I'm happy with my Quest. I wanted to make sure that we said, guys, be happy with your Quest. Don't I mean, everybody's talking about this right now, but there's going to be more stuff coming for Quest. There's going to be more standalone stuff on its way, and you're going to have a blast with everything you do, and doesn't mean I'm not going to standalone game anymore. I'll be into every standalone game there is. I'll jump into them as well. I mean, I absolutely love standalone gaming and what it can do. I'm still playing Mother Gunship Forge. You know what I mean? And I could be playing everything right now. In the Unreal Engine, but I'm still taking time when I want to go play Mother Gunship Forge, or I'm still into Asgard's Wrath. So I've been into
Yeah.
both. You know what I mean? And so it's I
I
want to
can't
do
play
everything, and
Asgard's Wrath
you
right
know so if you can't do this, you're okay. But if you have an inkling that you want to do it, I absolutely would recommend it. And I think, if you've been thinking about, upgrading to a PC, now is the time to think about doing it.
Yep. Definitely.
Save your dollars.
Save your dollars. Try
your
Shadow
dollars.
PC if that's more in your budget.
Give it a shot.
PC,
Or Pluto Sphere. Either one of those two work really
yeah.
well. Yep. And then don't worry about, being wired. You know what I mean? If you want to run Steam Link, you can run Steam Link. I ran it. I'm not saying everything ran perfect, but I ran it no problem on Fallen Order. I loved it. And I did play, I think I played Callisto Protocol wired, but I'm sure you could play it,
I
through Steam
wish
Link.
I could use Steam Link, man.
Why can't you?
Yeah.
Because I'm wireless with my PC, so it won't let me use it. I'd have to go
You're
virtual
not
desktop.
okay, so you don't have the
A wired connection
Ethernet
on my
cable
PC,
going to your
right.
PC from your router. Okay.
Yeah, Roots
Okay.
is hogging it in his frickin'
What about a
Poke a hole in a wall.
yeah, right?
Yeah,
What
we
a-
rent.
It's covered up
So,
with a
no.
poster when you leave.
So what about like something like the Prism XR thing, Todd? Would that work for her for that?
No, because it's Steam that won't let her do it. She would
Oh, it's
need
Steam.
Powerline. Powerline would work. It's like $20 on Amazon.
Hmm. There you go,
Uh,
dude.
Powerline will
I
think
don't
it's an
know.
Ethernet cable. It won't know the difference. So.
We tried that because that's what Tass bought, remember? We were talking about that before, and then
Mhm.
Tass ended up buying it, and dude, my internet speed was way fucking worse, dude.
Oh, really?
It was. It was. The only thing that stayed the same was the ping, and that was it. Like, yeah.
Just snake the cord through
Yeah.
the hallways.
That's what we were talking about, but
Yeah.
doesn't
Pop the baseboard off and stick it up behind the baseboard.
but doesn't that take away, like, the longer the cord, doesn't
Yeah,
that
you could
take
go to
away
you go
from
to
No,
the
57.
Ethernet could be
I've been
300
over
feet
50.
or something.
I was gonna say I've been
That's
over
it.
50, 75 feet on a couple of them in my last house. I was 75 feet on my cable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm running one from here in the basement to the 3rd story with my son's room. I'm running it
Yeah.
through the heating ducts, and it's,
Yeah.
like, snaking through the whole house. It's huge.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do it,
Works
D.
fine.
Well,
Do it.
that'd be great. Put it on
Tell
the
Roots.
the list of stuff. Tell Roots, yeah.
Tell Roots, pick it up
No
tomorrow.
roots.
All right, guys, let's move on though. It's pretty amazing. It's you know, it's one of the biggest things out there this week, and I want to talk about it because it does change the landscape for what we're doing in virtual reality. But there is something else that's going to change the landscape a bit in virtual reality, and I don't want to do that right now. I went by myself a little bit. I want to cover, you know what I want to cover, Ty? I want to cover XR update first. Let's before we get into that, let's talk about game of the year. So, guys, if you have not been to XR Update, you need to go over and check out XR Update. This is a news website, very much like Upload VR or Road to VR. This is one that Impact Reality kind of runs. So, you guys know Wes Dillon from Virtual Strangers.
Sounds
Uh,
familiar.
you guys all love Wes. He's amazing. It has been his dream to be, a journalist, in the virtual reality area. It's something that he has always done amazing with on Virtual Strangers, and preparing his show notes and things like that. And Wes is now a permanent member, full time member of Impact Reality, and um, you know, we came to the conclusion quickly that we wanted to make our own news site that we can control and we can do the way we want to do it and the way that we think it should be run. And Wes is the editor in chief of XR Update, and we have a couple people from the community. We all pitch in. Todd has written articles. I have written articles. Skiva has written articles. Assassin 32, a member of our community who has been getting quite a bit involved with his own channel, has written some really good articles. I think he's written 3 of them so far for XR Update. Jasmine has written articles, and other members of our team, Elliot, Katya, other members of our team have written articles there, and even Brad. I mean, Brad has contributed to this as well. So, but yeah, go check out XR Update. It should be the place that you look for news from now on. But we did our game of the year, kind of like awards, just like a lot of other sites will do. So this is the best of VR gaming for 2023, and we did some certain categories. So we did best mixed reality game, and there were several on the list that we looked at. A lot of these were voted on by the Impact Reality team, by the way, and people as part of our organization. That's how we voted on these things. But it was open to all of us to vote however we wanted to. But Trackcraft was mentioned, Coaster Mania, Lego Brick Tales, 11 Table Tennis, Yuki, Synth Riders, The Light Brigade, Aspire 2, Smash Drums, Demio. But the overall winner, Todd, was Drop Dead the Cabin.
That's
for
right.
best mixed reality game.
And the home invasion is just ridiculously good. I reset up my whole basement the other day just so I could do it again. And I added extra doors and extra windows just to make it more difficult. 'Cause the more shit that you set up, you don't have to have a window, just make a window. The more shit you make, the harder it is, and it is so much fun.
It is too. It's so much fun. Yeah, it's so good. I did the same thing. New Year's Eve, I had people over here, and I had everything set up here in my studio, but I didn't want people up here. Stay away from my shit. So I kept people downstairs. So I reset it up downstairs for everybody. So it's super easy to do. I just erased the one I had up here, and I just did a new one for downstairs. And I set them up in a room, and it was perfect. They had plenty of space, and everybody got to watch and try it. And it's one of the best games to put people in mixed reality with. Trackcraft is way better, says D1360 VR. I thought it was very good too. I love Trackcraft. I think it's great. I think it could have gone either way. But I think both deserving games. Best ongoing support for a VR game, Todd. Guardians Frontline was mentioned. Galaxy Kart was mentioned. The Light Brigade D was mentioned for sure. Because they have a new mixed reality mode. Have you tried that yet? The new mixed reality in Light Brigade? Well, actually, no. I did try it when it first came out, but I haven't been back.
I haven't played it because Roots took his Quest Pro controllers back, and I refuse to play any shooters now without
Oh,
those
go punch him
fucking
in the
controllers.
balls and grab those controllers and bring them back to your
No!
room.
Take him back.
No!
But Breachers was
Maybe with tax
mentioned.
returns.
Oh, there you go. Take his tax return. That's what I would do. Red Matter 2, Puzzling Places, Walkabout Mini Golf. All these were mentioned, but you know it and you love it. The best ongoing support for a VR game is by Hello Games for No Man's Sky. They did it
one of
again,
my
Todd.
favorite games.
Dude, they did it again. They
I know.
like
I
this
gotta
is a
get back in
team.
there.
This is a team that constantly does like they do these things where they release shit that's just not great. The community pitch it, goes nuts. Like, what the hell? And they're just like, yeah, no problem. We're working on it. We'll have it done. And boom, they drop an update, and it's like the best playing game ever now, right? On PlayStation 5.
Yeah, like it graphically looks freaking amazing. It's good on every headset.
When
Like,
PSVR 2 first came out and I, tried it or whatever, it was horrible. Like, I played like 15, 20 minutes of it. It,
really?
just
Maybe I played it after an update because I played it on PSVR 2 and loved it.
and it freaking oh, dude, it's so beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah.
that update was
They did a good job with
oh
that
my
update,
God.
man.
Yeah.
It was so much better after the update. They did a
Oh,
really,
yeah.
really good job. And they always do. Like, I don't know how they make any money still now. Like, that game, like, I mean, I guess there's still people buying it, but I mean, the bulk of their sales have to be gone, right? Like, how do they continue? But they do, and they do a great job, man. And they just haven't given it up. All right, guys, best immersive storytelling, and we have Call of the Sea in here, Before Your Eyes, which is an extremely touching game on PlayStation. Last Worker, which was very good. Broken Spectre, which I did not get a chance to play. I know the developer for Broken Spectre, and we've met him. Todd's met him. He's very nice.
Very
I
nice
want to
guy.
get in there and check it out, but you know who has checked it out, and that is Wes, and he absolutely loves it. Broken Spectre. He said it's one of the best ones. I think he actually voted for Broken Spectre, actually. But the seventh guest was in here. But the winner for best immersive storytelling, and this
Before
is
you tell it,
yep,
Broken Spectre won a VR award.
they did. Yes.
I can't remember what for.
I don't either, but maybe it was immersive storytelling. No,
Maybe I think something like that. Yeah.
But it's very good. I mean, everybody should go try. Like, I haven't tried it personally, but again, Wes has tried it and he's raved about it. But the winner for immersive storytelling, Todd, is a game that I actually played a ton of
Yeah.
on PlayStation. I absolutely loved it. I think it is one of the best stories, and I've raved about this game more than most. And that is Journey to Foundation. Like, I know this game didn't hit with a lot of people, but if you give it a little bit of time, this game will absolutely blow you away with how immersive it is. It feels like an epic storytelling for me. It feels like some of those games, like I don't know, there's some of those series of games out there where you have all these branching storylines and you have these branching, communication trees where you can choose how you say things and where you talk, and it just reminds me so much of gaming, like those very deep immersive games of those flat games, and I think it's a good winner here. Excuse me, best VR game to play with friends. This is a tough category. There's a lot of good games in here, more than you think. Demio Battles, Galaxy Kart, Gran Turismo 7. Oh my god, this is a great game to play with friends. Guardians Frontline, which re-released. I haven't given it much thought with the re-release, but I know there's a lot of people in there playing. Breachers is another one that's great. Drop Dead the Cabin,
The Krabbin.
the Krabbin, Crossfire Sierra Squad.
Yeah.
And you know which one so the one that is not on here that most of you probably are thinking of would be Ghost of Tabor, but we did not consider any early access games.
Right. If it
So
wasn't a fully launched title, it
right,
wasn't on the list for
right.
yeah.
So the winner is, which is the one I haven't mentioned yet, D, I know you love, is Dungeons of Eternity.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
deserves it.
It does, right? Like it's just they did such a good job. And it came out of nowhere, right? Like nobody was expecting this game.
No.
Nobody was expecting it once it did launch to be good because it came out of nowhere. And it has just been like I was even skeptical, and it took me a while to get into it because I was like, this, this hype of dungeons, it's people are full of shit. There's no way it's that good. Until I
Yeah.
got dragged in with Creeper Betty, and then I got dragged in with you and Creeper Betty.
Yep.
And The game is awesome.
He makes it sound like it was such a horrible
Drag him
experience.
in. We had to drag him in,
You
dude.
did because I didn't want to play it.
Drag him in and come spend time with us and Creeper
Yeah.
Betty.
Like,
Jeez.
oh,
How
fine, I'll
dare
come
he?
play games with you.
It is such a good game, and
It was so good.
it's very deserving. The Frostbound update, have you played yet, D?
Yeah, I played with a bit. We took Radio Run in there for the first time.
Oh,
Me and
nice.
Spry, and
Did he love it?
Radio
Is it?
Run loved it.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm glad.
Absolutely. I
Good to
got
see
a
Radio Run
candy
back in doing some
cane
gaming again.
and an elf hat
Nice.
Cool.
and snowballs I was throwing at
You
Michelle.
know who hates it when you have snowballs?
My mom.
Yeah, she
Makes her
does.
coochie cold. You gotta be careful.
Oh, dude.
You don't want snowballs or blue balls.
Or blue balls. I guess you get blue balls from having snowballs.
We love Bluebell. We just don't want
VR?
blue balls.
VR.
Or are we
All right.
derailing the conversation?
What are you okay? All right, D, come on.
I'm fine.
All right, surprise of the year. So the surprise game of the year. So Synapse, absolutely a surprise of the year I think it was surprise as how good it wasn't really a surprise because we knew the game was coming. Maybe I guess it was a bit of a surprise. I don't know. I don't know. I don't see it as a surprise, but the Light Brigade, I guess we kind of knew that was coming too, and it was as good as we thought it was going to be. Dead Hook was a surprise for sure. Stride Fates
definitely. Stride Fates was a surprise to me. I'm not a big Stride fan because they've, the Joyway's very, very good at coming out with a whole bunch of games and never finishing or canceling them post production or whatever. When Stride Fates came out and it was finished and fantastic, and it blew everybody away. Like I think Skiva finished it like 5 times.
Yeah, no, he absolutely loves it. Like
Loves
this
it.
is one of his favorite games of the year. Bearbo Man is in chat. What's up, Bearbo? How you doing, man? Good to see you back in here. Hope you're doing well. Gazzlers is on this list, which I absolutely love. Breachers is on this list. But guys, the winner again, DOE as surprise of the year. I think Genotype should have been on this list too of games.
That's true. It was definitely a surprise.
Genotype.
I really
because
like that
very much I probably would have voted for Genotype in there somewhere because I do think that was a surprise. Like Genotype came out of nowhere, and that game is one of my favorite games this year. But
I gotta finish
Dungeons.
that. I really like that game. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm close. I think I'm close. I'm probably like 3/4 of the way through it anyway. But I mean, I think this is again a deserving winner. I mean, I did not have any expectations at all for Dungeons of Eternity, and it's blown everybody away. There's very few people that really don't love Dungeons of Eternity. Like very few, unless you're just not a multiplayer person, and that's the only It's the only hit on Dungeons of Eternity. It's not really a game you want to play by yourself. Although with the
Completely
roadmap,
playable. I played it for
Yeah,
a couple hours by myself, got through a bunch of dungeons by myself.
Yep.
If you just want to go in there and grind and get some, extra weapons and stuff, it's easily
And
playable by yourself.
And now you can select the difficulty of each of the dungeons or
which is
whatever you
cool.
go into.
Yes.
So if you are by yourself, you can start at a lower level.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. But yeah, I think it was a deserving winner there. It could have been a couple. I probably would have been very tough for me to choose between that and Genotype, but very deserving. Early access game of the year. So this is a game that is in still early access, has not been officially launched yet. And we have games like Events at Unity Farm and Samurai Slaughterhouse, Glassbreakers from the Moss, from Polyarch, the people that made Moss, Grimlord, which was very, very good. But guys, there's only one winner here. There's only one winner. One clear winner. One clear winner, and that is Ghost of Tabor. I put more hours into this game than any game I've played this year, on multiple platforms, and it's absolutely amazing and getting even better and better and better. And they have one of the best communities, and deserving VR game of the year at the VR Awards. So
that's right. Yep.
All right. Most highly anticipated VR game. Now this is games that have not come out yet. This is going to be most highly anticipated games of 2024. We have games like Bulletstorm, definitely high on my list. Could be one of the highest on my list. Madison VR, another horror game that is high on my list. Lo-Fi, which we had some news on Lo-Fi this week with Blair, which I don't want to get into tonight, but maybe something for next time we talk. Yeah. Wanderer, the Fragments of Fate, which is the the upgraded version of Wanderer that we're going to see coming. Mannequin, the game from My Dearest, the people behind
looks
Chronos.
really good. Really good.
Yeah. I actually got a chance to play it. Myself and Skiva got a chance to play it in Germany at Gamescom. And we're under NDA, so can't say much, but I will say that it was a very cool demo. Very, very cool. Very excited for that game. Behemoth, probably my most anticipated game. Or maybe actually, no, I don't think it is. It's very close. There's two games that
Bulletstorm is pretty high up on my list.
yeah, Bulletstorm is up there. Arcanage is another one that's up on my list.
Yeah.
It's a sci-fi game. Swarm 2 is up there. Zero Caliber 2. The one that did not make this list, I just think it maybe was an oversight. But Contractors, what's the name of it? But whatever the new Contractors update is.
Showdown.
Showdown. Yes, Contractors Showdown for the Battle Royale version of Contractors.
That should
Very
be on
high
the
on my
list,
list.
yeah.
I think that's high on a lot of people's list.
Mhm.
Probably should have made the list, but I do think the winner is a deserving winner here, and that is Into the Radius. Into the Radius 2, one of the most highly anticipated games of 2024, and just some of the small things they've shown, Todd. And when you got a chance, and I got a chance to talk to the developer out in the Netherlands, and exciting.
Oh, super exciting. This was one of the games that I really was anticipating for Into the Radius 1. So as soon as I heard the sequel was coming and we actually saw some footage and imagery from the game, like this is actual game footage on a Quest 3 headset.
That's
freaking
insane, dude.
amazing.
I know.
I can't
When
wait for that.
because like we're like in game, and he's like, dude, yes. I mean, like he even had stuff in his phone that he was showing us. Like, and I'm like, what? It was
Yeah, it was
crazy.
crazy.
Yep. All right. There's a couple games that could have been there. PC VR Game of the Year. This wasn't a hugely strong year for PC VR, but there were some definite standouts. Hellsweeper, Breachers, The Light Brigade, Arizona Sunshine 2. Oh my God, how did that not win? I don't know. The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners Chapter 2 Retribution definitely could have been a winner, but the winner, which again, it's a fair winner, man. Vertigo 2. Like how, I think it's fair that that's the winner here with Vertigo 2.
That's a
it's
tough
great
one between Arizona Sunshine 2 and Vertigo 2. That's a tough call for sure.
It's another one that I still have to play.
Yeah, I want to finish it. I haven't finished Vertigo 2 yet. I played quite a
I
bit of
didn't
it on
finish it
PC,
either.
but I wanted to wait and play that all the way through on the PlayStation VR 2. So I'm kind of still waiting for that launch, but I'm so happy that Arizona Sunshine 2 did not make the deadline to be considered for Virtual Strangers Game of the Year, because we had our voting this past Sunday, or Monday, New Year's Day. We had our voting where myself and Todd and Roots, myself and Wes and Roots got together. Todd didn't show because he was a slacker. But yeah, we got together with the patrons, and we voted on Game of the Year for all the categories for Virtual Strangers. But Arizona Sunshine was not a consideration because it didn't make the cutoff. We cut
Right.
games off of whatever launched in December did not make the cutoff. So I'm glad it didn't, because it would have been a tough choice.
Yeah.
But Vertigo 2, I think, is a deserving choice here. Let me go a little bit faster here now, and I'll move on. MetaQuest Game of the Year, we have Dungeons of Eternity, Breachers, Stride Fates, The Light Brigade, Genotype, Arizona Sunshine 2, Vampire the Masquerade Justice, Assassin's Creed Nexus. And those are all fantastic games. Like if you told me any one of those games, I'm like, fair.
Right? It was a hell of a year for
Fair.
Quest.
I'll give you whatever you decide. If any of you said those games, I'm like, I can't argue that. I'm with you.
Yeah.
But I mean, how do we argue against Asgard's Wrath? Like I mean, I can't.
You can't. There is nothing
can't.
you could say that would change my mind. Yeah.
Like, I mean, again, you can make arguments for every one of those other games. You can make arguments, but in the end, I mean, there's not many people that are like, I just don't get Asgard's Wrath. I don't like it. I mean, maybe it's too big for some people, I guess. But dude, this game is a marvel. Like,
I want to play it.
I know you just need the time.
No, my friggin' shoulder, dude. I can't do nothing.
Yeah, Dee hurt her shoulder. That's why she's seeing grimacing around here once in a while. So yeah, you're not doing anything where you're like, you're doing no melee. You're not into Dungeons of Eternity, or
nope.
Maybe you could putt. I don't know. Maybe you could putt anything with thumbsticks.
Yeah, it's about golf. Golf. The cookie game wasn't bad, even though I did have to climb. Spoiler alert. Yeah,
just Ocean Rift and just sit in your room with Ocean Rift.
Ocean Rift is super
on your
cool,
wall.
dude.
It's so good.
That was one of the games I didn't have, and I didn't get a key for that one either. But I had a 30% off, and I went and picked up Ocean Rift just so I could show it to people for the holidays.
I did a review for the side quest when that came out 2 years ago. Like that game's old.
Yeah, it was weird. I didn't have the key in my library, and I'm like, oh, that's weird.
But
and
to see it come out with an MR update, it was freaking awesome.
Yeah, For sure. All right, PSVR 2 Game of the Year. This one is super tough, guys. This is one of the hardest ones that I've ever had to vote for, and there was some knockdown dragouts during the virtual reality or the virtual strangers voting. And like me and Roots got into it at one point. Like I thought we were like going. If anybody, I don't know who, there was some people here. Bluebell, I think, was there. Me and Roots, we were getting into it, man. Like we're passionate. We're both passionate. All of us are passionate. Wes is too. We're all passionate about getting what we think deserves here, and it's when you get passionate people together, things get
Yeah, no one wants to give in, so
no,
it
it
gets
gets
heated.
heated, man. So
Yeah.
and this was one of the toughest ones that we went through. um the Light Brigade, Red Matter 2, Arizona Sunshine 2, The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners Chapter 2 Retribution, Crossfire Sierra Squad, Switchback, Synapse, Horizon Call the Mountain, Gran Turismo 7, Resident Evil Village VR, and Resident Evil 4 VR Remake. Guys, hold on one second. Let me just I know, Todd, you hate the PlayStation, but let me read this list again, please. I know you hate it. Anybody out there who's hating on the PlayStation?
So as much as I hate the PlayStation, I've played all of these games, and this would be definitely a tough decision for me to make even.
Yeah, The Light Brigade, Red Matter 2, Arizona Sunshine 2, Walking Dead
Yeah.
Saints and Sinners Retribution, Crossfire Sierra Squad, The Dark Switchback is amazing.
GT
Synapse,
7, like
Horizon,
hundreds of hours of gameplay in there.
GT7, both Resident Evil games. Like, I know you don't like Resident Evil, like, you're not a fan, but dude, I'm telling you right now, if you fire up Resident Evil 4 and you get into it, you're going to be absolutely blown away. Like, I don't think if you give it a chance, I don't think you're getting out of that game until you finish it.
You think so?
I don't like you're not scared of zombies or anything like that. You just haven't really been into it. The story is great. The zombies are great. It's the gunplay is awesome. You're gonna love the gunplay. Like you're a shooter fan. Like I don't know why you wouldn't like the series. Like to me, this will blow you away. And that's the winner, guys. Resident Evil 4 VR is the winner of this category because it deserves it, man. Again, this is another game I'm glad did not make the cutoff for Virtual Strangers because I beat this game. I went through and I beat the whole thing, and I wasn't even supposed to. Like I wasn't supposed to because I needed time. I wasn't supposed to spend any time in here. I was supposed to check it out, to review it, give my thoughts on it, and then move on quickly to whatever.
You
some of
spend
the
a
other
couple
games.
hours, you get a good feel of all the mechanics of a game. To do a good review, I don't think you need to finish the game. I think you need to review it. So you need to look at the audio and the controls and the depth of the story and the characters and the AI. And there's so many things that I do on my reviews. I don't need to finish it to do that. But sometimes you get into these games like Arizona Sunshine 2 for me, and there's no way I'm putting down the controllers.
Same for me. I wasn't supposed to finish that game either, but I had to finish it.
And that game, I finished the day I started it.
That's awesome.
I couldn't stop playing.
There's nothing better. That's like one of the best feelings when you actually power through like 8-10 hour session to beat a game. It's awesome. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. And then so Resident Evil 4 is just it's a marvel. And Todd, you need to play it and give it a try. Resident Evil 8 as well. Like they're both amazing, but I literally could have voted for any of these games on the list. I mean, maybe not Crossfire Sierra Squad. I don't think that deserved to be up for it. But every other game,
they fixed a lot of jank on that game, but you're right. I don't think it's like
it's still amazing. It's just you can only have so many games, right, to list in this, the high echelon games.
Even Red Matter 2, I don't think should be on that list.
Step down, just a little step down. But damn, every other game on here is a freaking banger, amazing experience that absolutely has blown me away. But Resident Evil 4 is a deserving winner. VR Game of the Year, though, guys, across all platforms. I think this one wins it, and that is Asgard's Wrath, by the way. I'm sorry. VR Game of the Year. I think this one wins it because it can be played on every. Well, no, it can't be. I don't know why it wins it. I don't know. I was going to make a point that it can be played on every platform, but it can't be played. It's only standalone, and it's only this platform. But I think it wins it because it's accessible to so many people, and it's just a marvel.
It's having that kind of an impact, right? Like this is what's bringing people into Quest 3 when they see these AAA titles and they see the commercials. Like Asgard's Wrath was on the Sphere in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
What a way to get a more of an audience into virtual reality than put it where there's millions of people every day. They've never done any of that kind of stuff for VR before, so I think this game is going to bring more people to the industry, which is great. And it's 100 hours of gameplay or more.
Crazy.
I want to get back into it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
right?
like 20 hours in now.
Oh, it's so hard. I need to spend more time in it, but I'm so busy with everything else right now. I'll get back in. I'm gonna get back in soon.
Bluebell says they need to turn off the snakes. The snakes are enormous. I don't know if
Yeah.
you've seen the really big ones, but oh my god.
It's a testament to, Sanzaru and Oculus Studios and what they've done here, and it's deserving. Like, I there's other games I could have voted for. Literally, I'm there. I could have voted for other games, but I'm not gonna argue. Like, I can't argue. Like, I can't. I mean, it's such a good game. Like, when you get down to game of the year, there's only if you there are so many that you have to eliminate that I'm okay. Like, as long as you didn't come at me with, like, what the bat or something, I'm okay with anything that you consider of any of those platform exclusive perfect games. Like, I'm okay with any of them. Like, you make your argument and I'll listen to it. You know what I mean? Um, and I respect what you're saying. It's just um when you get to the rarefied air, how do you tell somebody they're wrong? You know what I mean? And a lot of people voted for Asgard's Wrath too.
How do
And
you tell someone they're wrong?
yeah, you can't. Well, no, but I mean, there's times. I mean, I've gone through uploads
For sure, of
and
course.
told people they're wrong all the time. But when you get to the rarefied air, how do I tell somebody they're wrong voting for GT7 for Game of the Year?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
GT7 could be Game of the Year. It's still may be my vote. Like, I mean, I have voted now in Virtual Strangers. I can't say what I voted for because I want to let that be a surprise. But which we'll unveil during that show. But GT7's deserving. Resident Evil 4 or Resident Evil 8 is deserving. Resident Evil 4, Arizona Sunshine. If you came at me with any of those games, Walking Dead Saints and Sinners Retribution, you come at me with any of those games, I'm like, how do I say, hey, you're just wrong? Like, I can't say. I'm like, you have a legitimate point, like, with any of those games. So, and when you have that many games, that means it's a great year. It's a great year in virtual reality. And, um, the PC VR category was a little bit, lacking, I thought, but damn, there was some good ones in there,
But
man.
now just think next year, right? You're gonna have a UEVR category.
Yo, you gotta have a
What
category. Like, I
what
think
game
they need their own
projected the
awards.
best? Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I think. I think they didn't put that in here, or we didn't put that in here because I think we're trying to do just a VR flat to VR mod of the year award article on its own, and just
Right.
kind of like look through some different modders and different games and different genres of flat to VR, and just do a separate award thing for them. It's too hard to like shoehorn them into something
Oh
like
yeah,
this.
for
So,
sure.
yeah. But it was super cool, guys. Todd, can you go back to that real quick, or is it gone?
No.
The article.
Oh, yeah, it's gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Yeah, guys, go read the article. I just wanted to scroll down and show Wes and just say his picture at the bottom and say, Wes, good job with the article, and go read it, guys, because I know I just kind of scrolled through, or Todd scrolled through everything really quickly, but there's a lot written here, and Wes wrote everything that you're going to see here. So he describes why he went through and the voting, and like there's a write up here with every category, and Wes is a brilliant writer, and he does a really good job writing these things up. And if you want to get a good perspective on the game itself or the games in these categories, go read it. It's really good. He did a really good job. So hats off to Wes. Hats off to XR Update. Make sure you guys click over there and go check it out. They're kick ass. Dominic Isidore says, have you guys talked about the visor yet? And we have not. And we're going to right now.
There it is. I'm trying to find his picture. I found it.
But good job, Wes. Way to go, dude. There he is at the bottom, smiling, grinning. Good job, Wes. All right, Todd. One of your favorite headsets to be coming out in 2024 had some pretty amazing news today. And we both got some messages this morning early from the founder of Immersed, and that is Renji Bijoy. He messaged us to say, cat's out of the bag. Boom, here's the story. He told us that things were coming and news was coming, and things have been hinted for a while. And Todd, I'm going to let you take this one because this is your baby. But we were both excited about this one, but especially you.
Yeah, this is crazy. Like, now we know that the unspoken investor that's behind the visor. We did know that the Renji had partnered with the CEO of Intel. That was already news that he gave us when he was on the show. But now we also know that Qualcomm XR2 Plus Gen 2 chip is the new chip that's going to be inside Not just the visor, but it will be inside Visor's new headset, which gives it the ability to do 4K per eye, which the XR2 Gen 2 that's in the Quest 3 cannot do.
Yeah, so this is big news all across the board, guys. So this isn't just visor news. I mean, this is amazing for the visor, and we'll go through in detail a little bit more why it's amazing for the visor. But the whole idea here is we have a new Qualcomm chip. We have a new XR2 Plus Gen 2 chip. So it's not an XR2 3. This is a XR2 Plus Gen 2 chip. So it's basically the same, XR2 chip that's in the Quest 3, but it's about 15% more powerful on the CPU side or on the GPU side, and about 20%, Todd, more powerful on the CPU side. Which is absolutely amazing. And what you said is absolutely correct, because now you're looking at about 4.3 thousand K or 4.3K per eye, running at 120 hertz at 3.7K per eye. So 4.3K at 90 hertz and 3.7K per eye at 120 hertz. That's way more than what we're having in the Quest 3 right now.
Yeah, like way more, like double. I'm just showing some screenshots of some of the performance increases over the XR2 chip and the XR2 Gen 2 chip.
Yeah, to give you an example, so right now the Quest 3, the XR2 chip and the Quest 3 is running 3.1K per eye at 90 hertz.
Right.
You're going to run 4.3K per eye now at 90 hertz with this new chip. Not in the Quest 3, of course, because the Quest 3 still has the old chip, but in whatever is going to get this new chip, you're going to be able to do that. Also, Todd, which I thought was huge, this chip also includes support for 12 concurrent cameras. So
now you're going to see headsets with a array of cameras for facial tracking, for eye tracking, for upper body and lower body motion tracking with these cameras. Are going to be the sky's the limit, really, because the Quest 3 has 6 cameras on it.
Yeah, I think they said the current Gen 2 chip could only handle 10 cameras.
Can go up to 10, but I don't think anyone's even taken advantage of that.
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so currently. But yeah, I mean, this is pretty amazing. So basically, with this chip, Qualcomm has basically come out with a chip that will hopefully, which I don't think it kind of will, but it will hopefully rival the M2 chip that's in the Apple Vision Pro. I think that's the hope here.
It is. There's speculation that you'll get console level graphics. Console quality graphics is the quote from their sheets of specs and stuff. You'll get console quality graphics on a standalone headset.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, this is a huge upgrade. Now, graphics for what, we don't know. Like, what does this mean for VR games? I don't know. Like, I don't know if we're going to have this this is not going to be in a gaming VR headset as it is currently. We don't know exactly what Visor will end up being over the workflow headset that it's definitely meant to be. Will you be able to?
It's also going to be inside the Samsung/Google headset that's coming out in second quarter of 2024, which will be a gaming headset / social computing.
Are they saying that it's going to be a gaming headset / computing headset? That was the one thing I was unclear of.
I'm pretty sure I read that in a tweet. I'd have to dig it up.
Okay. If anybody knows,
there's really limited info on that right now.
There is. That's why I was like, oh, there goes my camera again. Mateo, I'm pissed.
It was following you. It's just doing what it's told, man.
Yeah, but I'm telling it not to. Unless you heard me say something that said, follow me. Don't do it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly what that headset will be yet. Like, and maybe then somebody in chat knows more than I ever have, seen something more than I have, and can confirm with me that's a gaming headset. But I haven't heard that. What I've heard that it's going to be a workflow headset. Maybe you'll be able to game on it too. I don't know. It will have controllers. I know that. So it's not a non-controller headset. But Visor will have controllers too. To me, Visor could possibly.
Visor doesn't have controllers.
Oh, it doesn't? That's what there was.
Visor's hand controlled.
Hand controlled, right. Okay, what am I? Okay, maybe it's just the Samsung then, I think, that has controllers. All right. So the Samsung will have controllers, so it could be you could use this chip and you could do it for gaming. But the Visor could run Steam, by the way.
Correct.
We just don't have
But that's
controllers
where
for
this
it.
is going to get its controllers from. Is
Could you
using
gamepad? You could gamepad.
You can already gamepad inside of Immersed, so for sure you could. Yep.
So if you can run Steam, then you could run Unreal Injector Mod in there.
More than likely. Like none of this stuff will be officially supported by Visor, but they're not locking down the headset in any way. So if you can figure out a way, and the modding community is ridiculoly enormous, as we've talked about for hours tonight, if you can figure out a way to make this work with Steam VR, knock yourself out is kind of their stance.
So aside from gaming, let's kind of get away from that. I know we kind of like always push towards that, but aside from gaming, with this new chip, this means a lot for future headsets that want to compete with Apple. Like, to me, this helps. This gets, because Apple's not going to run a Qualcomm chip. They're going to run their own chip, and Qualcomm has basically laid down what they believe is something that can compete with the M2 chip that's in the Apple Vision Pro. Whether that's the case or not, we don't know yet. I think that's
so far from what we've seen for a much lower price point.
Because we know what the visor will be. We don't know the price of the Samsung yet, but we know we have an idea what the visor will be if it stays the same. So I think, but we know what the Apple headset is. That's going to be starting at $3,500. So that. Yeah, he's like, no, I'm out.
Which I could use a new laptop, but it's not even
The laptop for your
about it.
face, basically. The
Yeah, I don't know if I want that, dude.
But think about the visor, right? It's lighter than a smartphone. 4K micro OLED per eye. Hand tracking and eye tracking. 100-degree field of view and 6 stop. In something that looks like a pair of sunglasses.
Yeah, and that's where I'm most excited here. Like, I'm excited for the Samsung. I'm excited for the Samsung headset for who's making that. Samsung, Google, getting together and doing something. Late 2024.
Sure, yeah, me too.
It's going to be awesome. But the visor is something different. Like, you've seen the renderings of this Google headset? It doesn't look like the visor. The visor is something different.
It's like a pair of Oakleys, dude.
Yeah, dude, this looks so good.
I mean, it looks like a pair of Oakleys with a foam facial interface. Which is great.
Got a really thin foam facial interface underneath it. And this part pops right off.
Yep. This is huge for them to be standalone, have a standalone chip inside of this, inside of these glasses to help you run it. Now, it is going to eat more battery, Todd. That is going to be an issue. Because it's more powerful. It needs to run more cameras. So it will be even less battery than what you're used to now in the Quest 3.
Yeah, they're saying 2 hours is the battery that it'll come with now. It used to come with a 30-minute battery, and you had to just be plugged in. It was designed to be plugged in. It's not designed to be do an exercise.
30 minutes?
That's the point, right there.
Oh my god.
Yeah, did you see that screenshot with all those?
That's the point. I use this.
No, I get the use of it, but 30 minutes? Like what?
Yeah, no. Well, it's
meant to be plugged in.
Desk,
it's not meant to be running around without a. Yeah, you're plugged into your computer or you're plugged into a power source.
Yeah, what is nice though is with a 2-hour battery pack though, you can be at a coffee shop or something and run it if you want to.
No, it's not even meant for that. It's meant for now you can get up during your meeting and go over to the whiteboard and do a presentation while you're in the meeting without having to fuck around with your headset.
Yeah, you can do that too.
You can just unplug. You got battery power in your pocket or in the headset itself.
But it is nice to be able to do it somewhere else. Like if I want to go to a coffee shop,
you can plug into your laptop and you can have it powered that way.
Oh yeah,
right?
Yep. But if you don't want to be plugged in, if you're somewhere and you just don't want to be tethered, you'll have 2 hours of battery power to do it. It'll be available for you, which 30 minutes is just a little tight. I like that.
Yeah, and then they realize that, and that's no longer the case. So
I want controllers with this thing, Todd. I'm gonna call Renji. I really want to run Steam on this thing.
Yeah, well, and to run Steam, obviously, it's not going to be like a Quest 3 Steam event where you just Steam Link and run it. You're going to need base stations. You're going to need index controllers.
Yeah, it's not inside out tracked.
No.
I mean, there's as far as we know right now, I mean, unless they've announced something later, but it's not inside out tracked. You would need base stations. But again, that's not really what this is meant for anyway. This is meant for, workflow headset that you can do what you're seeing on this screen here right now. And that's This is a headset
I
for
can't wait.
workflow or, for media consumption too, Todd. It would be super cool.
Yeah, watching movies and stuff for
Yeah.
sure. Much
I
more
mean, this
comfortable than slapping a Quest 3 on to watch Netflix.
this thing is gonna be amazing, and, the partnership now or however you wanna phrase this with Visor and Qualcomm is kind of like it's like a step forward. Like, if there were people out there that have been worried about Visor and worried about Immersed and like, what is this? Is this gonna pay off? Are they really gonna be able to produce a headset? This has to make you feel so much more better now, so much more comfortable. Like, to have Qualcomm be a part of this in any way and putting their chip into it kind of brings legitimacy to this Visor headset now and should make everyone feel a lot more comfortable. Like, do you feel more comfortable?
Yeah, totally. And I kind of felt comfortable.
I did
Reggie's
too.
always been hinting that there's big things, big news coming, and
Mhm.
I had no reason to not believe that this was going to be a big event and big news. And the fact that at Intel's showcase, I can't remember what they call their product showcase. They have like a
Mhm.
like a MetaConnect kind of thing. Um,
Yep.
the CEO of Intel was on stage at the event with a visor in his hand. Like,
Right.
that's a big deal. So if that guy's invested,
Dude,
I'm
I would
invested.
love this. I wish, like I don't think we're gonna see the Apple Vision Pro at CES. We're not gonna see the visor.
I
I
know.
don't know if we're gonna see the new Vario headset. I hope we see the new Vario headset. They're gonna be there, but showing, but I don't know if they'll have the new headset there. I hope they do. Pimax doesn't really have new hardware as far as I know. They're gonna be there, but I think they're gonna be showing the same old stuff. Um,
I know that's what I was saying earlier. Like, the hype of CS is cool, and I'm excited to go. It's nothing like it was last year.
Yeah, I mean, last year was just a different it was just a different animal with PlayStation. We got our first hands-on, as press with Horizon Call of the Mountain and playing playing the
The
PlayStation VR
Pimax
2
Crystal was its first real
kind of
consumer
unveiling.
level
Yeah. Yep.
demo. Yeah,
Yep. I mean, we will see definitely new headsets. We'll see some new AR glasses. I would I hope PlayStation has some announcements for us too, by the way, in this press conference. We're not gonna see new hardware, but we could see new hardware. We could see the PlayStation 5 Pro
yeah, that's true.
announced at CES. That is very possible.
There he is.
Um, and, well, there who oh, I see him. He's here again, Todd. You gotta play the song. Don't play the
It's Grey Wolf. Like a boom, 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 boom,
Tribe says, "I'm ready for CES." Hell yeah, man. We are all ready for CES. I can't wait to see you out there, and I have a big Tribe bear hug for you ready to go as soon as I see you this coming week. And we showed your video, man. We showed your CES Impact Reality Party video
Mhm.
at the beginning of the show, and everybody absolutely loved it. Can't wait to do it again. And you're awesome, dude. Appreciate you.
He says,
Um,
he hears that there's a new standalone haptic glove. There is, actually. I saw some information on that. It'll be interesting to see that one. Like, there's gonna be some things too that we just haven't even heard of yet, I think. Especially coming, like I said, from the Asian markets. They always bring some stuff and you're like, "Oh my god, that's cool as shit," or "What the hell are they thinking?" So,
Yeah.
I'm excited to
There
see that stuff.
we're gonna see haptics. We'll see more haptic stuff. We'll see, we will see some headsets from China. We will see, Oppo I'm sure will be there. Nolo will be there. We're gonna see a lot. There'll be new hardware. Because there's lots of stuff that we don't even know about yet. There's gonna be some AR, VR, AR stuff. There's gonna be some new glasses for us to look at. I would say, just keep an eye out here. We will have tons of coverage for you. Tribe's channel, I'm sure. Go check out Tribe Grey Wolf. He'll have coverage. We're gonna show you guys everything. We'll have some videos, and I think we'll try and be a little bit better, Todd, at putting stuff out like as soon as we
Yeah,
can
I
this
bought
year.
some more equipment and I got some new, I bought myself, one of these fancy things, and
Oh
I've been
yeah,
practicing with it to see how it works, so
love those. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're gonna do some more record. We'll definitely do a ton of recording from the floor. We'll do maybe some interviews. And, yeah, we'll try we don't have as many, like, hard set appointments as Todd said this year. We try to keep ourselves a little more fluid, because we ran too much last year, man.
oh,
Just
it's
spent too
just
much time in the
crazy.
car and walking
And then
around trying
we
to
did
find
miss a
fixes.
couple appointments too because we ended up we were like, 30 miles away at a different hotel, and then you're like, "Oh, I gotta be there in 15 minutes. Good luck in Vegas."
Yep,
So
absolutely.
I'm looking forward to being more just, you know what, let's just go to this venue and see everything. Let's go to this venue and see everything, and then go to some appointments in between kind of stuff. So it's gonna be
Yep.
good.
100%. And then the people make it for me. Be able to hang out with some of the
It's
finest
really
people.
what it's all about.
Yeah, for sure.
But you're gonna see a
cool.
lot more content. We're gonna put up a bunch of shorts. I figured out how to put shorts up from my phone.
Nice. People can put your shorts on with your phone. What?
Yes. No.
Oh, thank God you're putting your shorts on. You're usually naked at these things, and it gets people weirded out.
Oh well. D, you're missing out.
D, you want to see Todd naked?
No.
Oh,
You know who
who?
does want to see Todd naked?
My
No, wait a
mom!
second.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, she does.
D. Why did you say yes? She does.
D.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, you did. I
Good
heard your
God.
voice, girl. But all right, it's a very exciting news for Renji and Visor. Keep an eye out for our channel too. We're gonna have some more stuff with Renji. I think Todd, we're gonna be one of the first channels to have hands on with the Visor.
I hope so.
If anybody here is here, because they wanted to hear about the Visor tonight and this. We have a really good relationship with Immersed and Renji, and he's a friend of the show. And yeah, I think if you're looking for news on Visor early on, come hang out here because we'll always
As soon
have
as we
something
hear
for you.
about it, we will let you know. So
Yep, absolutely. All right, guys, I think that is it. We're gonna wrap this puppy up and get out of here. D, it's late. Your shoulder is hurting.
I need to go refresh my ice bag.
Yeah. Yeah, hope you feel better. And so yeah, so everybody,
before we go, there's someone in chat, and I'm just gonna. I think it was Mepper.
Hmm.
I don't want to give him credit if it wasn't Mepper. It was Mepper. He said, "How much are you going to spend after seeing cool stuff at CES?"
Good question.
Because you and I seem to have this problem with finding cool shit and then figuring out how to buy it when we get home.
Yeah.
I'm going into the CES not expecting to buy anything.
Good luck.
But I don't know if that's going to be
luck.
the case. I
Absolutely
got my new
good luck.
phone. I don't need a new phone. So I don't know.
We will
can't
see some new
imagine them
phones
making
there.
a monitor that's better than this one.
I know, right?
It'll take a lot for me to replace this.
I do want an OLED monitor now, though.
Dude, Roots
I'm
has
not
one.
doing it.
It's freaking beautiful.
I know.
It's not this
I
big,
do,
man.
but I do love this monitor. It would
so
cost. You know
big.
how much it would cost for a monitor this size?
An
An
OLED?
OLED.
10 grand.
It would be crazy.
Yeah,
Crazy,
no.
But yeah, so no show next week, guys. We will be in
No.
Vegas. So Todd and I will be there, but we will be back the week after, and we'll have tons of CES news for you guys and footage. And Dee will be back, and hopefully her shoulder.
We
will
might
feel
even
better.
have some special guests that day.
Right.
We're going to try and pull together some of the people that were at CES to come to the show so we can all chat about CES. I think that's going to be cool.
Yeah, it's something that we're going to try. We wanted to do it around the holidays like we did last year. It just wasn't possible, but we talked about maybe getting some people in and doing a big panel like we did last year and doing it after CES. So we'll put the screws to some people while we're at the party and see if we can push them into coming on the show and giving our thoughts. And yeah, it'll be a fun show, and it'll be a good way for us to come back after a break, and it'll be good.
You know what? Maybe we'll do next Thursday, guys, for everyone that's not going to CES. Maybe we will play something multiplayer.
Ooh, that's a great idea.
With everybody.
That's a fantastic idea.
There you
I
go.
love it.
Because Hot Wheels, you can get 12 people.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Do it. I'll do it, and I'll do a shot for you guys.
That's Hot Wheels flat.
Well, VR mod, injector.
Oh, with the injector mod, yeah, right.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
All right, guys, let's call it here. We'll say thank you very much for being here. We appreciate you. I know it's getting late, so thank you for being here and hanging out. This is a long show, but you guys are all great. We will see you when we get back from Vegas. For D and Todd, I'm Eric. Hi, guys.
Bye.